YouTube.
Yeah, my uncle's friends with him. Good friends with him.
Oh, that's nice. Just not.
He's going down to his place down the shore to visit my aunt because she's sick.
All right, we're live on YouTube, so you know.
That's why we started writing them in.
I gotta watch it. Then I want to
It was good.
see those videos. What I need is I want when you put them on the Wiseguyz show. I know you tag me there.
Yeah.
But I would like those videos posted on my time.
So you have to share it on your
I
timeline.
don't want it to be.
Oh, you want me to?
I want
All
you
right.
to just put it right in there.
Well, yesterday's video, as you know,
We're on YouTube Live.
because Freddie made me start talking and he was filming. So he would have it on his end, not mine. I don't remember mine. I go and give you the one in the kitchen. I can share the one in the kitchen. That I saved up. Anything? I think the second one he might have did on my iPad.
Another version of the Wiseguyz Show, YouTube Live. 4 minutes to show start.
Say hi to the YouTube.
Hi YouTube. I need to smoke a cig. I need a fix. I'm still fucked up from yesterday.
I hear you.
Is YouTube uncensored too?
YouTube is uncensored, but we're also closed captioned. So whatever you say will be written underneath your.
Oh, so let me give them a now. Closed caption that.
No, that goes. You know how that goes on closed caption? now. I saw you. I wonder what it's going to say. It's an AH, if you do AH, it was real long ago, AH now. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And let Frank get settled in that chair over here. This is you. Yep. But Pete's, unless you want to get in that one and give Pete that one, it's up to you.
Frank's in here.
Where are you gonna sit?
Well, Frank go here. Frank should be here. I'll sit here.
Yeah, just my phone's
Just a
over
good
here.
mic. You have it.
That's all you, Frank. That's your mic over here. Talk straight into that one. These are not the greatest mics, but if you talk straight into it, you'll hear yourself.
We're more fun than A-Rod and Kevin.
We're a lot more fun. Just the phones, just be careful if you want to leave them ringing, leave them on the low. That's all off.
Yeah, you live in Belleville?
Bevel.
Okay. Where did you graduate? From
I'm originally from Bloomfield,
Okay.
and I moved to Belleville in 2008.
All right, so you went to Bloomfield High.
Yeah. 93.
Oh, you graduated with my brother.
You 93 you retired?
Yeah.
You graduate?
Fucking freezing.
We'll shut it. We'll shut it.
No, it's beautiful.
No, leave
This is
it.
You don't have the
perfect.
headsets or no?
No. I don't know. That thing sucks. What?
We're going to try it again tonight because the phone call is a little better area that we're getting a call from. If it works great. You can hear him come out of here. It's great. For all of us and YouTube Live. You
We're
understand?
on YouTube now live?
Yeah.
Hey, Thomas, don't do that.
All right.
No, I keep. These guys.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
You can curse if you want.
I try to keep
Don't
it
try
clean.
not to. No.
Just
How long did they have you
when
on?
we do race,
children's show.
With Frank Thomas?
It's a
About
chill
5 minutes.
show.
That's it?
Yeah.
Who's the man of the year in Poland?
Kevin did say he went to
Probably
school.
some Polak,
Nobody.
of course.
I saw you advertise that.
Polacks really don't get that far.
Silver and gold.
More, they get far to a liquor
Yeah, no,
store, that's for
I
sure.
got a lot of cars there over the years.
that was the shit video. 700.
You came right from work, right?
No, I
many times
was
you guys
home
get
for about an
home?
hour.
4,300, almost 1,400.
Yes.
What time you get home?
Cork.
I saw that,
That's
yeah.
fucking good.
I was telling him that Anthony Carino's my cousin.
3.1 thousand views.
All right.
Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Was that?
That was a good one, right? Remember I was like,
He's like an 8-1
What time did
Yankee
you get home
fan. You
last
and him would go.
Do I know who my next door neighbor is? Lives above
well,
me.
we got home at 11.
Ralph
because,
from Belleville.
We left at 9, we took a ride to my
Geralman Street. Like,
The opinions expressed by the hosts, callers, and guests are not those of DGBradio.com, Envisage Productions LLC, its advertisers, sponsors,
Hold on.
or employees.
We're going on in 2 minutes!
by Michael Ross Company House.
Okay.
Annette, give me my Gatorade if you see it out there.
Here.
We're going on any minute. Tell Chicken Man to get here, please.
He said give him 60 seconds.
60 seconds, all right.
There water out there in that bunch?
Yes, I'll get it in 1 second. Let me just get
We're
this
going live
ready.
on Facebook now.
Hold on 1 second.
Here, have a sip. I bought this especially for the Met fans, colors. I'm a Yankee fan, sorry, but I have a bet with a Met fan that the Yankees will go farther than the Mets this year, and that's
Well,
why.
he should already pay up. It's over.
Nah, I don't think so.
It's over.
Frank, it's May.
It all starts after everything all starts.
Frank, it's May. Come on.
If you go 20 under, it's
The
over.
ship
I
be
think
sinking.
right now.
Water. Want some water?
Sure.
Anybody else?
Want another water?
Water?
Yankees had a water.
I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, Billy Stamp.
Yeah. I never really heard of it. I know reverse.
The opinions expressed by the hosts, callers, and guests are not those of DGVRadio.com, Envisage Productions LLC, its advertisers, sponsors, or employees.
I gave you one. Make it.
We gotta let him in right away. We gotta
Jerry,
close
did
him
you-
on.
Let's go.
Coming in here. My uncle, he's going to visit my uncle in Miami.
I was so close back.
I will bring it upload it tonight.
20th anniversary is coming up. 20th anniversary of that's coming up.
Yeah.
97.
I remember, I congratulated William Patterson. July.
Good?
We are getting ready to go live. The guys are all getting ready right now. That one's too, yeah? No, that's I'm gonna go live now, okay, guys?
Freddie. Oh.
For the feast.
Hey, what's up?
All right, another Wiser than the Wiseguyz show. Yeah, Wiseguyz Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of the Wiseguyz show here on DDVRadio.com, DDV Radio on TuneIn, Armed Forces Radio Network, Village Connection Radio Network, and City World Radio Network. All on all the networks. We're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, all live. We're here in the studio. Let's give everybody a round of applause for making it to the show tonight. Sitting next to me is the man from the gutters of Nutley, New Jersey. The plumber, Jerry. The plumber's in the house.
What's up, everyone?
Sitting across from me is the guy, the source. He's all over the place. He's always looking into things. He's always trying to get us information. He'll tell you whatever it is you need. You want to make a bet on a team, you give him a call. Anton, the source, is in the house tonight. All right. Hey. And waiting any minute. We're waiting for the chicken man from Alcatraz.
Shut the door.
He's
The
walking
chicken
in
man
right
from
now.
Alcatraz making an appearance. There he is.
There he is.
Welcome, chicken man.
Unfortunately.
Chicken man. I don't care to speak into
Good
the
evening,
mic. All right.
everybody.
I am Freddie the Fireman, your host tonight, and I want to introduce to you our special guest, in-studio guest of the evening. He's a guy who is viral, controversial, everything. He's been all over the networks, all over the sports networks. He's a big Met fan. We want to welcome Frank Fleming to the studio tonight. What's up, Frank?
Frankie! Frankie!
What's up, Frank?
The Mets are making my life a living hell.
Hell, that's right. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Our official photographer, A&D photographer, Royal Blue Photo Booth, and P. Anthony Scala's in the house tonight. Come on, let's give him a round of applause. Yeah. And listen, man, everybody's here. We're waiting on Billy Staples to come in. Billy Staples is a best-selling author, all about baseball. This is a baseball show. You don't like baseball? Get the hell out of here.
All right, see you later.
Nah, we're gonna have more.
You can go.
You can't go nowhere.
Can't leave, you
No. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about. But I want to tell Mike Jumpin' Gennaro, he can't make it in tonight, but we want to give Mike the Jumpin' Gennaro a round of applause.
What's up with all these no-shows?
No, Mike was there yesterday.
Yeah, but today.
Well, yeah,
I mean, last
had an
week,
issue. Had an issue.
Also,
Wait,
He's trying to need money.
Had an
come on
issue.
in, Billy.
Billy Staples in the house tonight. There's Billy, all right. Another in-studio guest. Where, say Yankees. I know the Yankees shirt was coming on. All right, now we got to watch what you say. We got to watch what you say. We have a young guy in the studio, all right?
He is sent by Larry Holmes.
I'm making
so
some
he's been
contacts
sent
here.
by the
Hang
wrong
on, hang
person.
on.
What's that?
This young man was sent by Larry Holmes because he was the one that remembered the most about Larry and I's presentation at his school.
Wow, okay, cool. And sitting right here is Jerry the Plumber. I want to introduce you to Jerry the Plumber right here. Jerry the Plumber's uncle was Gabe LeConte, big boxer promoter, probably knows Larry Holmes like a brother. Right? You know, and
Little guy a chair so he feels comfortable.
welcome all to the Wiseguyz show, and we wanted to let everybody know about last night's event. Before we get started here, let's talk about a little bit about last night's events. We want to thank Mangiare 2 in Bradley Beach, New Jersey, 600 Main Street, on the corner of Main Street and Brindley Avenue. We want to thank Lana Graziano and the girls for making that Mangiare 2 meatball contest out of this world. We want to especially thank Lana Graziano for making it happen, and at her restaurant, it was unbelievable time. There were 5 Wiseguyz involved, and we want to especially thank, obviously, like I said, Lana Graziano, Jen, our buddy Jen, who was Big Ange's PR girl or best friend, good friend, Jen Patafio. And then we also want to thank Lisa Pozzolano. We want to thank Maria Kokans Schenker. And we also want to thank Aunt Cecilia for bringing their meatballs and letting it try it out. The Wiseguyz, just so you know, everybody was a winner last night. All the meatballs were phenomenal. As the vote getters went, Jen and the Wiseguyz both tied. I know the rumors out there on the internet right now that Jen won. She really did win, but we also won too, so it's kind of like a tie. And so we're gonna do something in Staten Island coming up soon. We're gonna work on it and let everybody know. Check our Facebook group page for information on everything the Wiseguyz show. So again, let's thank everybody for coming out. Anthony Scala, Jumpin' Gennaro, the Chicken Man from Alcatraz for making the meatball contest at Mangiare 2 Bradley Beach last night. A contest for the ages, and it was a great time, and hopefully you guys come out for the next one.
Anybody enjoyed the poupette?
We needed a poupette yesterday. He shoved an entire poupette in his mouth. I never seen anything like it.
I still like it.
Did you take the ones home?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I gave him the leftovers too.
Just so you know, we're live on Facebook over here and live on YouTube, just so you're available. A few other things let's talk about real quick. This is our beginning of our show, so let's get all the stuff out. The Hudson County Lupus Walk, Big Daddy Entertainment, that looked like it went very well. That was last Saturday. We want to thank Richie for always getting us involved in all this talk. Lupus Walk went phenomenal. Also, Trattoria Giotto, grand opening last week. We went after the show. It was phenomenal. I know Federico Castelluccio was supposed to make an announcement, but he didn't do it because he showed up late. But we got more to come with Federico. It's not over. Federico's a good friend of the show, and we're going to come back and do it. Also, Chuck the Film. Chuck Wepner, former Wise. Remember Chuck Wepner? He was on the Wiseguyz show. And Chuck, they did a film about him. He's the pride of Bayonne, and the story of Chuck Wepner, the real story, the real Rocky, is in theaters now. Check it out. Chuck Wepner, we're going to try to get him on the show too and talk about how the movie's going. Also, Ocean County Roughnecks Barbecue. We met the owner who's running this. This is a motorcycle club. They're doing a block party. It's $20 at the door. Outside, vendors, Kona Ice, entertainment, beverage tent, cotton candy machine, 50/50s, raffles, cornhole, and horseshoes. Saturday, July 22nd, 2017, 166 West Veterans Highway, Jackson, New Jersey, between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. The clubhouse is open all night, and I just want to let you know we also confirmed Eddie Deason of Greece. I don't know if you remember Eddie Deason.
He was in War Games too.
He was in War Games, but remember him
and Greece too.
What was he in Greece?
Eugene.
It was Eugene. Remember Eugene?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Confirmed Eddie Deason for July.
I go on
June
Wikipedia.
7th, right? June 7th.
I want to make a request.
Freddie, I want to make a request. I want a buzzer. So whenever the chicken man speaks, I get to hit my buzzer and he shuts up. Die.
All right. Well, now everybody's in studio. Thank you for coming, everybody, for making the show another success. Well, we got a lot to talk about, and this is usually what we do at the beginning. We just get to know each other. But how did everybody's Mother's Day?
Hi, how are you?
I forgot Mother's Day. How did everybody have a good Mother's Day?
It was good. Pink bats, pink baseball shoes, pink everything.
Yes. Yeah.
All
What'd you think about
moms. I loved it.
that? Yeah, I thought it was great.
10 years ago, there was no pink anything.
Right. No, I think it was great. Now, do they do all that for breast cancer?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
that's the number one charity for MLB for Mother's
What do they do? Wear all that, and then they take
sign
it
it,
off, sign it, and give it to
sign
them.
it and auction it off.
That's nice. Everybody.
Most
All
it's like
30
30
teams.
Yeah, 30 teams are involved with Jackie Robinson for the 15th of the month.
And
30 teams are
I think that's
They do
phenomenal.
Father's Day prostate cancer too.
That's right.
This guy.
Yeah, do you know this guy?
Where'd you
I'm
find
going
this
to.
guy?
You never met this guy before?
No, but
This
I
is
like
the
his
big
hat.
viral Met
It's a
fan
Mets
all over
hat.
the sports networks. He was the one that went opening day Met game, and the train derailed, and he missed going to opening day. He was viral all over NBC Sports, and what'd you do? Tell us a little.
Well, what happened was,
I'm surprised you didn't know.
I
about it.
missed the opening day ceremonies, and that's why you go to opening day. You know, I mean, I got there in time to see like the middle of the first inning, but you go for the ceremonies. You go to see everyone introduced. You go to cheer the players you like. You go there to boo the Mets training staff, the most incompetent training staff in the history of professional sports, including all the way back to the ancient Greeks.
Now, Frank, you were interviewed by A-Rod. What
He told A-Rod off practically.
Yeah. What happened with that interview?
He says the Yankee. He says the Mets.
First of all, what was that on? What was that on?
That was on the pregame show for Major League Baseball on the Fox
MLB?
Sports 1.
Oh, Fox Sports 1. Okay.
Fox Sports 1.
And
But it
how
was
did that
also-
interview get started?
Well, what happened was after my video blew up, it went all over the place. Barstool Sports called
Yeah, it
me.
was viral.
I almost ended up on Jimmy Fallon, but not Jimmy Kimmel, but that fell through at the last minute. They
Okay.
couldn't get the equipment to me in time, and that just fell through. But at the same time, I get a call from Fox saying that they want me to do the show. So went out to see Caucus to the Major League Baseball Network studios. I actually had a little cameo on Intentional Talk as well, and so I did this interview in the studio. I'm talking to Kevin Burkhardt, and so A-Rod comes out there and says, "Yeah, I booed you."
A-Rod booed you?
No, he
I
booed
know,
A-Rod.
I booed him. Yeah, I
you
booed
booed
you.
A-Rod.
Oh, you went right for the cutthroat.
Yeah, of course.
Him and a couple others. I put A-Rod.
It's fun to boo A-Rod. I mean, A-Rod, it's not like Jeter. Jeter is class. A-Rod was a fraud. I mean, even Joe Torre called him.
I agree.
Even Joe Torre didn't like him.
You didn't say this to him on the air. You called
I
him
said
a
it on
fraud.
the air.
You called him a fraud on the air?
No, I didn't call him a fraud, but I said, yeah, I booed you. And then he tried to buy me off a Yankee
I'm
ticket.
surprised if they don't call you back.
And tried to get you Yankee tickets? A-Rod tried to get you Yankee tickets?
Yeah, he said if I confirmed I'm going to be seeing tickets, I turn them straight down. I'm a Met fan at heart. It's the heart of New York, and they're ripping the heart out of the city. And it's like just ripping the
Well,
heart
absolutely.
out
See,
of
now,
the
there's
daily
nothing to
baseball.
talk about the Mets today.
Everything's gonna be all right.
We thought maybe we could
Have
have
some
even
water.
talked with Ray
Water?
Ferguson about the
Yeah,
Mets.
yeah.
You'll be all
Maybe we
right.
could go back
Let me
then,
get your
but
tissues.
after today's Mets
Hey,
loss, they're
yeah, we
what are they,
can talk
7
to Ray.
behind?
7 under 500. Rafael Montero
But
with
they're
another
still in second
meatball.
place when that great division.
Well,
that they're
but
in.
we're still really in May. I mean, don't count anybody
No,
out yet.
You can't. You never
You know, there
You
are
never
people that are optimists.
Right.
They say the half glass full, half glass empty. Well, let me put it this way: the glass is almost empty and it's leaking at the bottom.
Here, I got another one for you.
No, but I'm surprised you didn't hear about him, Billy.
I heard now. I'm not going to forget.
Oh, all right. Well,
And
I mean,
I'm,
if you go, he's all over multimedia.
And now
All
I'm
over.
working on
Frank
Barstool
Fleming,
Sports.
It's crazy.
I'm working with Barstool Sports. I'm doing a blogging on the weekend, and I do a daily vlog on YouTube, which is also posted on
Bottom
Barstool.
line, he loves the game and he's good for the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the
Anything.
At the end of your statement, you give him a little now.
Frank, you could just wipe that out. You can wipe that out.
That's a chicken man from Alcatraz quote. You'll never forget.
Now.
Well, I have my own signature sign off, which I took from Paul Harvey. Good day, but I do like a 5 to 8 minute blog on YouTube and Barstool, and it's been a big hit because what I do is I do a wrap up of the day of sports, the sports I usually watch, and it's mostly Mets, but it's also sometimes the NHL, NBA playoffs. Of course, the NHL playoffs are exciting. The NBA playoffs is like Dramamine. It's like you're gonna fall asleep.
You might be able to be better off watching the Met Farm.
So you actually put your 2 cents in.
I think you might get enjoyed.
I come up with songs.
Oh.
I come up with.
Speaking of songs,
They were World
I
Series
heard a rumor.
Used to were meant for each other.
Oh yeah. The only
Where's that
difference is
buzzer?
He's not a Met fan. He's not a Met fan.
I'm gonna drench him.
Give him a kiss, boo boo.
I'm gonna drench him. Let me ask you this, Frank. I heard a rumor. In Bloomfield Middle School, you used to sing "Meet the Mets" in class. I heard this. This is a reliable source
This guy
for
got
this.
too much time. on
He
his
does.
hands.
We heard a rumor that you may be Arab.
I would say this.
We want to vet you.
I
We
will
want to
say
vet
this.
you and make sure you're.
I could turn on I have my phone on vibrate now.
Right.
But if I turn it back on and you call my phone number,
Right.
my ringtone is Meet the Mets.
Wow.
That
All right, what's your phone number?
I don't know. I don't know if Frank is who's more. Frank is more Met or Freddie's more Yankee here. I don't know.
Listen, let me get this. Let me make
Controversy,
this
so
clear.
negative,
Look,
this
like,
guy.
I think the first
You're
sport
so miserable.
vision I ever seen in my life was
That's something
the
that
Yankees.
Jacob would say.
You know, I grew up all Yankees. I was. How old is this young gentleman?
He's
right
9
here?
and in 3rd grade.
9 and in third. He's 9 years old in 3rd grade.
And
Okay.
he sold his sister to the circus. I love him.
I was 6 years old watching the Yankees Reds World Series,
The Yankees.
and the Yankees got swept. And I
76.
remember crying because I just wanted them to not get swept and win one game at 6 years old.
Who was the MVP of that series?
Oh my
That was
Greason. No,
That was Johnny
no,
Bench.
no.
Who's gonna
And
know
who
by
had a
6
higher
years
batting
old,
average than
really?
Bench?
But Frank, let me ask you
Somebody
this.
had a higher
No,
batting
this is
average.
your Yankee got swept.
Thurman Munson.
Thank you.
That's right. Thurman Munson had a higher batting average in that World Series.
He was the MVP of the series, even though the Yankees lost.
No, Johnny
won
Bench was the MVP.
Johnny-
But there is no question that if you look at the stats of Bench versus Munson in the '76 World Series, let the stats speak for
Oh
themselves.
wow, I didn't know that. That's see, I was.
Sparky Anderson said if the rest of the Yankees played like Thurman Munson, we were lost.
This is Billy Staples with Thurman Munson live on YouTube, live on Facebook. Billy
So you played
Staples
for
with
the
Thurman
Yankees?
Munson.
I grew up as the Yankees gopher in the locker room. Pete Sheehy was the Yankees clubhouse man since 1927. And in 1975, that was my first year being a gopher, which are all the pictures from the locker room and Old Timers Day.
But Gopher-ized in what? Carrying
That
their
means
bags
take the
and
keys
stuff?
upstairs, go get
Bat
two
boy,
sets
not
of
about bat boy.
No. Bat boy, ball boy, gopher. Gopher means get the shoes, get the sanitaries, get
Gotcha.
this out, shine this, take tickets, just
Well,
go for it.
You had to have an uncle or a parent on that.
It was an introduction to Pete Sheehy, the clubhouse man.
Oh, okay.
And so one time turned to 4. Turned
Was
to
Gene
8.
Monahan there at the time? Was
No,
he there at the
he's living in
time?
Tennessee now.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
retired and living in Tennessee.
But I remember I heard always told that Gene Monahan every now and then would hang out in Franklin Steakhouse in Nutley.
Who?
Gene Monahan.
Yeah.
He would.
If you ask any Yankee, the two most beloved people, right, during their career in the locker room, not one of them played an inning in Major League Baseball. And ask Ray Burris before we even, put him on the spot. You're going to say Gene Monahan and Pete Sheehy.
Oh, yeah,
They were the
Gene-
most trusted
Pete-
people
Pete-
because of our personal lives.
Would you say Pete who?
Pete Sheehy was the Yankees clubhouse man.
See, I didn't know him. I would never have known him. But Gene Monahan, we always knew.
It was a different life then
Yes.
than it is today.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was
Different
different life
life.
because
Thurman Munson?
Well, you're in the same locker room, and it's basically not that I know him, I'm accepted by you, meaning that kids.
They were
do this,
family.
Do this. So
It-
was an interesting childhood.
79.
August 2nd, 1979.
I know.
See,
I was
it's
in- I
still a
was in grade
different
school.
life.
okay, you want to know how I know that? My birthday's August 1st, and I found out about I had my birthday on August 1st.
No, you were his age.
Yeah.
When Munson's playing my
August
town.
1st, I remember getting on the phone with my cousin, who we were both Yankee fans. He was just a little older than me. He was a year older than me. And I remember telling him that there were months died in a plane crash, and we couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
On your show tonight, just so the listeners know, there was only 24 teammates for the day Munson passed away. Everybody knows that Mercer had the great game. One of the 24 teammates, Ray Burris.
Oh, really?
Ray Burris had
Yes, that's right, 1979. That's right. That's when he played for the Yankees.
Yeah.
Right. So that was the year he died. Yeah.
So he went through the whole experience, the flying, the quick flights, the funeral. Wow.
Now, were you in the clubhouse when they won the World Series?
That must have been
Yeah,
77 and 7. Well,
but,
78,
yeah, 'cause
well, 78
sometimes-
they won it in L.A. But
Yes.
Yeah, but
When
did you
they
travel to
come- when
LA?
they come- no.
Oh,
When
alright.
the only time I went on the road was actually to go to Shea or to the Vet when the Yankees were on the road. Just like you guys network with each other and know other radio people.
the Yankees played at the Vet back then?
No, bear with me. So when the Yankees would go on the road, and as soon as I got my driver's license at 17, then I went to Philadelphia to help out in the visitors clubhouse in Philadelphia. When the Mets had Old Timers Day, I would go over because they needed extra help with all the old timers that came in. So you just live in that network. You're so young you
Right.
don't even know you're part of it.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Right, that's what it is.
This is an
That's
unbelievable
exactly what
memory.
it is.
It's unbelievable memory.
That was taken at Shea in 1975 because they were rebuilding Yankee Stadium.
Let me ask
How
you.
old were you in this picture?
I was born in '62, so I was 12 years old. Wow.
Did you
Working.
get a buddy? But
For
working.
tips. For tips.
For tips.
There was no.
Did you get to know him like, hey, Thurman?
Oh,
son?
you know, I mean, we can pick any of just these photos that I
Yeah,
brought
look at all
and
these
talk all day
photos.
long.
There.
Thurman is gonna be. He's not gonna be your favorite person at a party, but if any of you guys got in trouble, he's your number one pick.
That's why he's
Your
the
back-
captain. That's why he's the captain.
Absolutely
Roger
right.
Clemens.
So
that's
he's
right.
not gonna hug you, right? But you're
And-
gonna know he's a man's man.
Let's not forget
Absolutely.
George
Hey,
Steinbrenner.
Mickey Mantle, look at that picture.
George Steinbrenner resurrected
picture right there.
after Lou Gehrig passed away. George Steinbrenner resurrected that
Worth
title, the
money?
captain.
No.
They're not
Yeah,
worth
who is
money.
this?
You know what?
Fine.
Screw money. I mean,
That shows
it's
memory.
your brain.
This
It's
is
your
a
life.
roughing.
Sometimes
yeah.
memory. And now batting.
Oh, this is
Bob
Shepard.
Shepard, the center fielder,
Bob Shepard.
number 51.
No, I
Bernie
can do.
Williams.
Now batting
Where'd you
number
find
2,
that guy?
Derek Jeter.
You know what's amazing about Bob Shepard? Whenever he interviewed,
No, passed at
No, he
99.
passed. He passed.
almost 100, is that his voice actually had that reverb. It sounded like he actually had the reverb when he was even interviewing people.
Yeah, the Mets never had like the voice. He's like the voice of God. Billy Crystal once said, "When I die, I want Bob Shepard to introduce me."
This was at Shea.
Yeah,
For a
well.
Mets fan, that was Willie when he came back.
Willie
the-
Mays.
his
There's
first,
Willie Mays.
Let me ask you this: did they really, after Thurman Munson died, was his locker it really never
I
touched?
can watch just in my brain when you walk through the locker room door and you go down about 40 feet to the left-hand side. It was at the far left-hand corner of the Yankees locker room. Never touched again.
They never touched it.
Until they built the new Yankee Stadium
Wow.
and they moved that locker into the Yankees Museum at the new Yankee Stadium.
Now, was there a jersey in that locker? Or
No,
or
it,
just
it just meant that it wasn't to be touched.
It's Thurman Munson. That's
Yeah,
it.
you just.
Yeah, right.
Somebody
They
had to have
cut
a
that in the
relative.
new
It's like a
stadium out.
legacy
They
almost.
cut that out, and it's in the
Touch
new
it.
stadium in the museum.
Absolutely.
We've seen that a couple of times.
And back
That's when we had.
and that locker was right by where Gene Monahan, right, so that Thurman could escape and just go into the trainer's room because no media was allowed.
Right,
And it
right.
was, his locker was right by the trainer's
Well,
room.
you know something? We had Billy Sample on last week. No, was it last week? Was it 2 weeks ago.
He's
I said,
from-
Billy, he says, one of your balls in that little, you know, how do you have? It's in there. It's in there. He told me it was in there.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Billy was a stand-up guy. It's incredible how I met him. We was at a comedy show. Angel Salazar from Scarface was doing a comedy show.
Okay.
And Angel announced us as the Wiseguyz show because he's a friend of the show. And after the show, Billy was just listening to me tell somebody how about our show and everything. And he's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, oh, and you know, you're talking a name from the past when you say Billy Sample. So when he said Billy Sample, something clicked in my head about football. I thought about
I thought you
football,
were
like a
gonna do
running
that.
back or
Billy
something.
Staples, because we go back and forth with humor. What happened?
Yeah, I mean,
Go
but
ahead.
no, I thought Billy Sample like Ray Campbell. I don't know, something clicked in my head, Ray Campbell, and I said Billy Sample. And I said, football, right? And Billy, and he goes, no, baseball. But I said, Texas Rangers. And he's like, yeah. So we all clicked in. And
The man can hit.
yeah.
Every-
Oh, yeah.
I was with Fergie Jenkins and
Oh,
Billy
thank you.
Sample last week, and Fergie grabbed the
He
mic
said that.
and he said, "All I know is that when you hit 360, 370, 380 in A, AA, and AAA, you never hit 350, right?
Right.
And then you are my outfielder when I'm on the Rangers, and you hit. I remember. I love you, man.
Right,
You
nice.
know, that's the pitcher that needs that bat to back him up.
Cool.
Billy Sample could hit.
Oh, yeah. Because I always remembered him as a hitter. If you look at his lifetime batting average, like he's in the 270s.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
Congratulations.
That's good. That's a nice number. I mean, I think even Tino Martinez was like a 270. He was even lower.
Clutch.
Maybe even be lower at 270.
Why is Mazeroski in the Hall of Fame? Not just for fielding. Ask the Pittsburgh Pirate pitchers, because the Pittsburgh Pirate pitchers, right? Their only thing is to win games to get their paycheck. Bill Mazeroski had the clutch hits, not just the World Series homer. It's the same as Tino Martinez. clutch. Talk to the pitchers that
Right.
are on the team that Tino hit for. That's how you're going to
Yeah.
get the real thing on Tino.
Yep, absolutely. But I literally remember him playing, and I remember we used to play games with his baseball cards. We used to play a game called Colors, and when you see the cards come back, you know right away. Even the rookies, he was part of that triple. Remember the 3 guys on the 1 card, and
You're
when
crazy.
I saw that. We're going to go to break, though. We're going to be back with Billy Staples over here and Frank Fleming. This is the Wiseguyz Show on DDVRadio.com, DDV Radio on TuneIn, Armed Forces Radio Network, Village Connection Radio Network, and City World Radio Network. We're going to be back after these messages.
Bella Physical Therapy, located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, featuring one-on-one care. Bella Physical Therapy can help treat your orthopedic and sports injuries, chronic pain, men's health conditions, and women's health conditions. Also, treating headaches and tinnitus and vestibular disorders. It's easy to set up an appointment. Visit www.bella-pt.com or call 201-791-0008. That's 201-791-0008. You owe it to yourself to stop living in pain. Start the road to recovery. Call Bella Physical Therapy today. Tri-State Health and Wellness. If you're searching for a doctor who truly cares about your health and well-being, contact Dr. Alex at Tri-State Health and Wellness. Dr. Alex specializes in treating law enforcement professionals and their families and features special hours to accommodate different work shifts. All necessary testing can be performed in their friendly and comfortable environment. Contact Tri-State Health and Wellness, located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Call 201-791-7771. That's 201-791-7771. Wayne Ford. If you are looking for a certified used or new vehicle, look no further. Visit Wayne Ford, New Jersey's law enforcement preferred dealer, featuring the largest inventory of pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Wayne Ford has been proudly serving the community for over 50 years. Conveniently located 1/4 mile from the Willowbrook Mall on Route 46 in Wayne, New Jersey, contact Wayne Ford today. Toll free 888-349-6857. That's 888-349-6857. Kale Orthopedic Center, featuring high performance care for bodies in motion. Kale Orthopedic is proud to provide comprehensive orthopedic care for New Jersey's finest. Every day you put your body at risk, and Kale Orthopedic is here to help you. Contact Kale Orthopedic at 201-447-3880. That's 201-447-3880. Kale Orthopedic, high performance care for bodies in motion. If you're tired of sleeping alone each night, contact Dr. Doblin of At Home Sleep Solutions. Dr. Doblin is New Jersey's law enforcement professional's preferred sleep apnea doctor. With the use of a custom fitted oral device, you can now look forward to a restful night's sleep. Contact Dr. Doblin, featuring 2 convenient locations in Fair Lawn and Trenton, New Jersey. Call 201-396-9338 or visit AtHomeSleepSolutions.com. City Health Pharmacy, located at 23 Court Street in Newark, New Jersey. Come and experience why thousands of your neighbors choose City Health Pharmacy each and every month. City Health Pharmacy is a proud supporter of the men and women of New Jersey law enforcement, their families, and friends. Visit City Health Pharmacy today at 23 Court Street in Newark, New Jersey, or call 862-772-0442. That's 862-772-0442. If you're looking for the widest variety of talk programs, entertaining, engaging, diverse, uncensored, and opinionated, visit ddvradio.com. You can listen on your smartphone, tablet, or any mobile device. DDV Radio brings you the widest variety of talk programs such as Living Life Well, Your World Uncensored, The Canine Authority, and The Wiseguyz Show. Visit www.ddvradio.com, the official radio network of NJ Blue Now.
There is why they started putting me on television and radio.
All right, we're back here on the Wiseguyz Show. I am Freddie the Fireman. Everybody's taking a little pizza break, but we'll be back with everybody. We're in studio with Frank Fleming and Billy Staples, and let me tell you something. I did a little research to find out more about our guest this evening, but this we spoke already and had a lot to talk about. But Billy Staples celebrated a lot of things in his life, and there's nothing more that was more fun than winning World Series with the Yankees, right? I mean,
Just Shambliss
Yeah,
hitting.
bring this up.
Shambliss just hitting the pitch off of Littell
yeah.
with Munson on the on deck circle.
Oh,
That was enough.
the
It was a
pennant.
drought since '64, right?
Yeah.
And it meant we were going to the World Series,
Right.
let alone '77 and '78.
Right. I mean,
So
I remember watching that game on TV, Channel 11. I could do the play-by-play. I mean, I could do the play-by-play. Well, you know what I don't understand is what I don't like is you hear when they do the play-by-play. I don't want to. I moved my hand. You hear the play-by-play of Chambliss's home run more done by Howard Cosell and not Phil Rizzuto's call, because they use Phil Rizzuto's call on Mickey Mantle's 500th home run a lot, but I still like the original call of Phil Rizzuto of Chris Chambliss's home run, and I don't know why they use Howard Cosell's a lot when they're doing it.
So the
Did anything to do with
call-
copyrights though?
No, it's
Well,
just
back then, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but back then there were no rights. I mean, if WPAX wanted to simulcast the game of the week, nobody's gonna say nothing.
and they would use their own announcers.
He hits one deep to right field. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant. Come on. I mean,
Howard Cosell's call
what?
was simple.
I'll tell you what.
Chris Chambliss on one swing, and the Yankees win the American League East pennant. Come on. I mean, that was
You have Ray Burris coming on, right? So you brought this up. Your next guest through me will be Littell. Because Littell is as crazy as you. All of you. But granted, I know you're going to bring up the Chambliss home run, but Littell will come on the show. And the guy who gave up the home run for me being in the opposing locker room, I loved country. So, yes, I was ecstatic when Chambliss hit the home run.
Yeah.
But it hurt me that it was off of Littell. Because he was such a nice guy.
Well, I mean, it's got to be off somebody.
Right.
Somebody's got to
Yeah,
lose.
but you hope that it's somebody that doesn't tip you $1
What
or
about,
is nasty
listen,
to you.
you live in those moments. What about when Mariano threw the ball in the right field? I mean, into center field. I mean, that was a World Series that should have been locked up. That was not only a World Series should have been locked up, it was a big World Series for New York at the time after 9/11. And I understand. I know how to see. A lot of people don't know how to accept losing. I can accept losing because I played a lot of sports in my life, and it's either you win or you lose. You do everything you can not to lose. But when you lose, you have to accept it and carry it on to the following year and try to win again. And I can't tell you how many years of softball I played where I got to the finals and lost every year and thought I was never going to win a championship in softball until we started winning. And not only it gets addicting when you start winning them, and you win more, and you win more. Then you start playing other teams, and they start winning them, and next thing you know, I mean, I remember when I won a championship in every town I think on the East Coast. I played in the Nationals, not the Nationals, softball Nationals in PA, and I made it to like a semi-pro softball. And my biggest accomplishment was winning a state tournament and playing in wide world of sports in Disney, the sports complex in Disney in Orlando, Florida, where we went there and played a world softball tournament. And you can only play in a world softball tournament if you win a state championship and play in nationals games. But
You traveled 1,000 miles to play a man's game.
that's right. Well, I mean, it's just, hey, listen, a lot of the players, I played against a lot of players who played Major League Baseball, and I racked right up with them. I mean, as far as softball is concerned, not baseball. I mean, it's just, I didn't want to get into what I did. I wanted to get more into people have to know how to lose because it's a part of life, and it's just because you lose that one moment don't mean you can't come back and win again.
You know, as you're talking, the brain wanders. When we talk about Chambliss's home run, I will not forget having to go down to the visitors' locker room, and I saw Buck Martinez, right? Would sit in a chair, was sitting on the floor with his head down, couldn't stop crying. That's, you said,
Yeah.
except losing.
Yeah.
My brain wanders, right? We're talking
Yeah.
about Littell
Well,
and
that's-
Chambliss.
let me tell you.
Martinez, right, sitting there, just
baseball's not an easy
Not going to
championship
World
to
Series.
win.
Not
There's
to
a
men-
lot
not-
of good teams out there.
Not to mention, when the Yankees.
Look at the Cubs, for instance. I mean, come on, they finally won one. All our lives, 47 years. I mean, I watched baseball out of my 47 years alive. I watched it for 41 years. I mean, 42 years of watching baseball, and never the Cubs won a championship. They used to make. I remember Rainbow Trout. They thought they had it them years, and
Steve
then
Trout.
yeah, Steve Trout, and they never made it, and they always had problems. And look, all them years they finally won it. It's not an easy championship to win. And that's why he was probably crying, because you may not be there again next year.
Another pretty emotional guy with the Kansas City Royals, Freddie Payton. I mean,
The
they lost. I mean, the Yankees beat the Royals 3 years in a row, 76, 77, 78. And I remember George Brett saying in 1980, I wanted Toronto to win. I didn't want to play because we couldn't beat them. It was just Yankee mentality. You know, it's Yankee. It's the Yankees. But then again, in 1980, the Royals got the
Freddie
retribution.
Patek was
Pete
not
the
a-
Chicken Man, he's not a baseball guy. You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm just listening in like a fan.
You got any announcements to make?
Now?
No announcements? No wrestling events? Nothing?
June 9th.
June 9th?
Right
Saturday?
now.
Friday?
I don't know if it's Friday or
Is
Saturday.
it Gino Caruso's event?
No, it's NWA event.
Oh, okay. June 9th.
NWA New York.
NWA in the, it's going to be in New York.
No, NWA New York.
Big Apple.
Big Apple.
That's right.
it.
And where's it going to be?
So you know more than me. I just told you. The
Well,
Wayne
you said New
PAL.
York, but I remember Big
I
Apple.
know, that's right. Wayne PAL.
Wayne PAL. Okay, we're going to try to
7:30
make that.
start, I think.
He's a big, he got a lot of friends in the wrestling business. His father was
my
Jimmy
first
Snuka.
year in education. My very first year, I had Nick and Dwayne in class. My first year,
Nick.
they drove me crazy.
Nick.
Nick is now the principal of the school that he drove me crazy. Dwayne, I think you guys know.
Did you know them?
No, you know Dwayne. You do. And
I-
every one of your listeners knows Dwayne.
Dwayne Johnson. Oh, I
As a
for a
senior
second,
in
my
high
brain just
school,
lost it.
you know how we're all knuckleheads?
Uh-huh.
Oh, trust me, Dwayne was a knucklehead.
Now, Billy, not to get off the sports, I know we got a lot to talk about still with sports, but tell me, you did some movies.
When I got out of high school, I said I'm gonna go to community college, and then I wanted to go out to Los Angeles and keep trying. So I got.
You were in some big movies,
I
right?
got cast by John Waters in.
Jonathan
Hairspray.
Waters or John?
John Waters was the director of Hairspray.
Oh, that's the guy from Hurricane. We met John.
John Waters, he was out there, but guess what? He's a genius. I mean, it's obviously
Yes.
his life is an art, and he's made a success.
Yes, he was the big guest at the Hurricane,
Yes.
New Jersey Hurricane recently.
Who?
That guy?
That is Dwayne.
Ah.
Yeah, they would be good friends. It's obvious.
But I didn't really look too much into your movies, but I know you played it. You were in Hairspray, and you also played a young Lieutenant Columbo. What was
Oh,
that?
I'd like to ask you. I'm sorry, Freddie. Just a moment. When you're eating that pizza, now were you eating pizza on Monday or Tuesday?
Was that a TV series?
It was a traveling dinner theater. We would go from city to city, and they would sell it out with tickets.
Oh,
and then
okay.
you solve
So it was
the
a dinner
crime.
show.
It was a dinner show, and
Nice.
for a young age, it was my best gig. Gremlins 2 was my last gig before Columbo. But you know what you are?
Get out of here.
You're grateful to have work, and there comes a point where you stick with it or you don't, and that just meant turn the page,
Now,
Bob Seger.
but I also saw Coming to America with Eddie Murphy.
Going to America, that's when he goes down into the subway, and I was a scumbag on the subway car.
Is that
Oh,
with a
right.
K?
You're grateful.
Is that with a K? The scumbag?
I was definitely a scumbag with a K.
Do you remember the movie Coming to America?
Come here.
With Eddie
Oh my
Murphy?
God, Freddie, you're digging stuff.
Yeah, biggest stuff.
Wait.
Let's hang out
Gremlins
with
2.
the source.
Gremlins 2. That was another.
Gremlins 2, I was a
fan of-
businessman. In Gremlins 2, the elevator pops up from the manhole cover. You know,
And
but
then you?
I was just trying to hang on.
Yeah, but that's not bad. I mean, but then you stopped after.
When you are doing more bartending and waitering, right, and then you're struggling to pay the bills, you got to think, look, I'm either making it or I'm not, and it's what did you do for me today, not what you did yesterday. So I got a little a nibble, I got a little bite, and now it's a blip on a resume.
Now, you were working for AT&T, and you left AT&T to teach 7th grade. Was there a reason why?
Yeah, AT&T was going through divestiture, and that's what led this all back to baseball. And I thought to myself, I'd never taken a teaching class, But my teachers, there's certain teachers that absolutely kept me from screwing it all up. And I thought, if AT&T's going through divestiture, go back to college, and I want to go back to the projects to teach.
Okay.
So how did I motivate the kids to come to class? I took them on a field trip. But it was a field trip to meet Michael Jordan, just like we're in this room. It was a field trip to meet Derek Jeter. It was a field trip to meet Spike Lee, B.B. King.
Nice.
Because you're already in that circle. And it wasn't about the autograph or picture. It was about bringing a kid that gave a crap, and we were all once one
Right.
of them.
Well, you know, because you were a kid and understand that side of it.
I was in that environment.
Right.
And I didn't want any favors. I would say to you, I want 200 seconds. It's 3 minutes. I just want you to talk to the kid about when you were 12. Hence the book deal with Chicken Soup. And all this blew up.
Well, that's how this show really takes part in every day when we do these shows. I try to explain when we get like special guests on the show, whether it's we had Mo Vaughn on the show, we had Tony Zaragoza. So I'm talking sports figures.
Sure.
But as far as movie stars, we had Burt Young. We before he passed, we had Ernest Borgnine. So I mean, we've had some really nice big names. And when we recruited them to call into the show, scouted to try to get them to come onto the show as a guest, I try to make them understand this show is about bringing back people who made it in life, and to come back to reality, because what do they say? There's only like 1% of America that are rich, or 2% or something like that. So you try to bring.
It's from within.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is, we want to bring people back into reality, because when you're living in a mansion in Beverly Hills and you're making $200 million a year, living your life, it's not like you're hanging out in the projects.
But you still, like I interviewed those 200 millionaires in the book. That's what it's filled with. But they appreciate being in reality. And when they're talking about being 12 with their mother, right? Their mother was making $15,000 a year, and they didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. And the only part of the interview is before the glory. So we're not talking about them making 200 million, 2 million, or 200,000.
Right.
So the interviews that I do are a little bit of the same of yours. It's reality and memories of when they were that age.
Right, absolutely. And that's what we do. It's like we bring them back. We talk about their career and what they've done. We also try to get them to promote things that they're doing. But the main thing is what I feel is more important than anything is to give the little bit of advice to the younger crowd coming through, the younger generation, the new generation, or even it could be 3 generations behind like an Ernest Borgnine, and give a little advice, because these generations are still fighting to make it to that level too.
If I say it to you on this show, right, I'm preaching to the choir, the listeners, right, but how many minutes did you put into making this show be here, right here tonight? How much time? How much stuff that you didn't get paid for? You know what it is? Because you wanted it and it's passion. So what is the real advice, right? Is I don't care how many people are in your classroom in high school or college. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's how hungry you were, and how it is truly, I will outwork you. And if you're ahead of me tonight, when you fall asleep, I will stay up and I will catch up and pass you by the time you wake up.
Right.
So that's the trait.
Right.
And it's in sports, it's in business. It doesn't matter what anyone's promoting. You gotta have that inner hunger.
Right.
A little bit of personality, like your crew, sure as hell helps.
Yeah.
But it is the
Yeah.
I'm gonna outwork.
I know
you.
this was going to be a little tough for them. There weren't too many baseball fans. Jerry's not a big baseball fan, and neither is the Chicken Man, but I know Anthony is, and that's why he's still here. It would have been just us 3.
All right.
No, because they're used to, like, we have comedians, and Jerry's a comedian, so kind of like, you put them on the spot when you get them to ask questions about baseball. It's like me talking about the nails. I'm not going to want to talk about nails.
Freddie, the books aren't about baseball. They're baseball players talking about life. They're talking about losing their dad, right?
Right.
At a young age. They're talking about their sister did this.
Absolutely.
So the books are only 1/3 baseball.
Yeah, the other book.
rest-
Can I see the other book?
The other book is called Billy Ball. It's the year that the Yankees and the Phillies went to the World Series. So I did 3-page chapters for the people that are like me, have a short attention span.
I was so happy to win that World Series.
But
You know why? Because it was the last year at the original Yankee Stadium, and they won the first year at Yankee Stadium. Then they opened it.
Actually, no, that was the first year the new Yankee Stadium.
Oh, 09 was the first year of the new Yankee.
Oh, that was the first year at the new Yankee Stadium.
The
That's
last year at the last year at the old Yankee Stadium, Yankees didn't even make the playoffs.
You're right. My fault. You're right.
And it was the last at bat for Matsui, who just couldn't do anything besides get a hit in the
Right.
World Series.
Right.
I mean, he almost hit 600 for
Yeah.
Oh, he tore the cover off the ball.
Oh, his remember when they called him out for the Jeter day? Oh my God.
He loved.
He got like the applause that Jeter going.
Of course, he
I don't wonder if the Yankees are going to consider retiring his number. I don't remember anyone getting 55 in the last few years.
You'll have to have done it longer, right, than what he did it.
Yeah.
He did it great, but you've got to do it longer.
Right.
You know who didn't do it long that's gotten their number retired is Roger Maris. He was only with the Yankees a short period of time,
Right.
back-to-back
What about
MVPs,
Reggie?
number 9. But it was tied to something extremely specific. Reggie, right, 77, 78 World Series. It's tied in only that 5-year contract. And Maris is 60, 61 MVP. Matsui, yes, a great World Series, but no MVP. You know what I
Right.
mean? Not consistent All-Star games where it's every year.
Right.
So yes, it's called that borderline. Like, you know what it is? It's Tommy John and Jim Cott. Tommy John and Jim Cott, 280 some wins,
Right.
but they're
Well,
not in the
Tommy
Hall
John
of Fame.
reached 300, didn't he? Oh no, 290,
288.
288.
He should be in the Hall of Fame, especially for his
Oh
surgery.
yeah. Oh, forget
How
it.
are you not in the Hall of Fame
Yeah.
when you won more games than Sandy Koufax after your injury?
Yeah.
You won 100 and some before the injury.
Right.
He won more
Oh,
games
and he
than
was
Sandy
such a
Koufax.
dominant
Like,
pitcher.
are you kidding?
Such a dominant pitcher. I remember I was so happy the Yankees got him when they got him.
But don't forget Tommy John, he goes with the Dodgers in 77, 78, lost to the Yankees, goes to the Yankees in 81, lose to the Dodgers. Tommy John's like known as the one who can't win the big one.
Yeah. He was the mush.
Exactly. He's got that reputation for not being.
Tommy John is still a working man. Just like if he called into your show, he is in his 70s and he wants to work every day. He's just as hungry as if he was on the mound. It's just years later. He's not sitting back. He's not relaxing. He's working every day. So sometimes you leave the game, but the game and the work ethic doesn't leave you.
So real quick, give us a little bit more about the book of the 2009 Billy Ball. What was
It's
that?
50 interviews with 50 players, and the chapters are 3 pages long. But what I did was in the 2009 season, I spent time between Yankee Stadium and in Philadelphia. So 1/3 of the book are interviews with the Yankees and anybody on that team. 1/3 Philadelphia. 1/3 the rest.
Right.
of the
That's
28
what I wanted to talk to you about. I grew up in loving baseball from from '76, because that was like my first year. I was 6 years old.
You're a lucky man.
6, 7, yeah. I caught the Yankees because it was everything that was on TV was baseball back then. You know, I mean, there was no cable, and but what I want to get at is on them years. By the time I was like with the baseball cards, I always, because I played a lot of little league baseball, and we got into liking teams and understanding what leagues were and stuff. So I had my favorite team was always the Yankees. It'll always be the Yankees. And but I had a team in the National League that I liked. One, I hated the Mets. No offense. Hated the Mets. Myers Trophy games, I hated it. I just wanted the Yankees to win everyone. But just like in football, I like the Jets because I hate the Giants. You know. But the point I'm trying to make is I was a fan of the Phillies. My favorite position in Little League was I was a pitcher and a third baseman. My favorite players was Ron Guidry and Greg Nettles. In the National League, my favorite pitchers was Steve Carlton and Mike Schmidt. So, but what I used to do is I used to get the baseball cards and play a game, my own little mental game, where I got all the players of the Phillies and played my own little World Series against the Yankees. And the Yankees and the Phillies, because they were my great, I remember them all, you know. I was more always a Yankee fan, but the Phillies were another team that I really enjoyed watching because Mike Schmidt was a
The
great third
clubhouse
baseman.
chemistry of that particular team, 2008 Phillies when they won it, 2009 Phillies, the clubhouse chemistry was, from growing up around all these clubhouses, was an unbelievable atmosphere. You see how you guys, when you're all on a roll, trust me, that clubhouse, those 2 years, 2008, 2009 Phillies, Jimmy Rollins was the leader, Shane Victorino was the crazy man, Chase Utley was the quiet guy, and Ryan Wright was just liked.
Yeah, I was a little worried. I was just a little worried about them because they had just won the World Series, and I said, to lose to them after, I don't know. I lost to the Marlins, to lose to the Diamondbacks, I was a little scared. This is a team we're probably gonna lose to now because I was a fan of the Phillies when I was a kid, and now I'm not no more. I mean, and I'm gonna end up watching them beat us.
If everybody played like Chase Utley in that World Series, 5 dingers.
So he could talk a little bit though. The Mets were in the World Series recently too,
Yes.
against the Royals. That was a
but
good
they
World
got-
Series.
Lucas Duda can't throw a ball to home plate to save his life. I mean, yesterday the same thing happened to him. I mean, oh my God, it's like it's 90 feet away, Lucas. It's 90 feet away. I mean, he throws it like
He's right.
like
No. You
I
throw
mean-
a P and it's on the dime, he's right.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
the
like
pitch
I've never
changes
seen
everything.
anyone worse than Lucas Duda's throwing the ball home. I mean, it's like
I can feel the pain.
he throws it like
Already,
next
I'm
batter's
feeling
box.
the
It's
pain.
like
I feel the pain. You know why? Because I told him I made a bet this year, regular friendly bet, with a friend of mine who's a bet fan. And he said at the beginning of the season that the Mets were going to go. We made the bet that who would go farther, the Mets or the Yankees. I said, well, I bet you the Yankees go farther. He said, now he's giving me the cry game about they all getting hurt. I said, let me tell you something. The Yankees a few years back were all hurt. They were expected to go far, and all of a sudden you see Sabathia go down, and then you see Pineda go down, and then you see this one go down, and even Jeter. Remember, he was supposed to come back from his foot injury, and I honestly feel that if Jeter's foot never got hurt, he would never got hurt. He'd be close to 4,000 hits.
I think it's possible.
You know, that ankle injury destroyed him. He got that was a year and a
Who thought
half.
that he wasn't coming back for a whole season.
Yeah. When then the other season he hurt his wrist. Remember, he was out for another season. So 2 seasons in his career, but he was right up to Pete Rose with hits and at the same age of their career. If you follow it,
And if you think about it, if he doesn't break his ankle and doesn't start breaking down physically, if he's at 3,800 hits in 2014, the Yankees probably give him another contract.
for at least a year.
Where
At
he's
least.
4,000 hits?
Where he's a
Just to get
DH.
4,000 hits, it
Where
would
he's
have
a
been. He didn't
DH.
have to pass.
I
Rose.
think he could honestly have made a run at Rose.
Jerry, what are you doing, Jerry?
I don't know you.
Jerry! Jerry, the plumber's in the
What's the
house.
story?
What's going on?
Nothing.
You're not a baseball fan, huh, Jerry?
Nah, not really.
At all? Did you like baseball?
But
at
he's
any-
I like it, but
Are you a Yankee fan or a Met fan if you had to pick one?
I'm sitting too close to him, Mets.
You're a Met fan?
No, I'm a Met.
You-
No, Yankees.
Yeah,
actually.
no, I'm a Yankee fan.
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I'll watch it.
Did
but
you watch any baseball
If
growing
you're in
up?
the Seattle
Not
Mets,
really.
because you could try to be a Met fan.
Are you live right now?
I guess.
Yeah, you're live.
I'm just watching him eat pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, these men are crazy.
But
What happened?
now before you're not going nowhere. But
Wait.
the books. Where can we get the books? How do you get the books? Where can we find out any
The
websites?
great
Anything?
thing about the books, the hardest thing in publishing is it got a national book deal, which meant it's in every bookstore in the country. So it's in Barnes & Noble. So
Oh, nice.
the usual answer is it's on Amazon.
Okay.
And your whole goal as an author is not to make it to AAA. That means self-publish or be regional. And so this company, Chicken Soup for the Soul, they said, we're going with you and going with the book. And that's how all the pregame shows, all the like Fox and the shows that are regional shows in the city, sports shows, they fly you in, you go on with the player, no different than Ray's coming on. You talk baseball, then you go to bookstores and you sign books.
Nice.
If it has good sales, then you do book 2.
Okay.
It's
Websites?
my name, BillyStaples.com, and that's how Chicken Soup will book me, and Disney books me to go to schools like this little guy's school with Larry Holmes.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
what-
the way I make a living.
What about you, little guy? What's your favorite team?
I'm gonna have to go with the Yankees.
You're a Yankee fan. Look at
Of
this.
course.
I would never doubt you whatsoever. You should be a Yankee fan the rest of your life. I don't want to leave it anywhere.
Well, it's like the song I sung on Mother's Day.
Aaron Judge. That's what I got to say.
I'm just like my dad.
I sung the song on
His dad's a Yankee.
I sung the song on Mother's Day. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be Mets fans. They'll rip out your heart, tear your life apart, and lose games that you thought that they've won. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be Mets fans. They'll make every day a living hell because the team is going down the drain.
How did you become a Mets fan,
Yeah.
Frank? I know how I became a Yankee fan.
It was either
growing
go to
up.
prison or be a Mets fan.
Right.
I picked being a Mets
Well,
fan.
I know how I
Thank
became
God.
a Yankee fan.
I don't know what I would do if
When
I
I
was
was
a
old
Met
enough to
fan.
watch baseball, I was 5 years old.
When I was old enough to watch baseball,
Yeah.
and the first year I really started watching baseball was '84, Dwight Gooden's rookie year.
Who sang that song?
I think that was a Willie Nelson song originally.
Let him sing it.
Well, Billy, I just want to thank you for sharing all these pictures with us. You're not going anywhere. I know we're going to do Ray Burris after
Ray
the break.
He'll go from being Ray Burris to Ray Bone once he gets a little bit of your juice ready.
Ray Bone?
Oh, Ray Bone.
Ray Bone.
Yeah, in the locker room, no Ray Burris.
Oh, okay.
Ray Bone.
Oh, cool. Is he cool like Billy Sample?
Absolutely, they're friends. They're great
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
We
I
do
know.
gigs together. Billy and I have done gigs, and Ray Bone and I have done gigs.
Well,
you can get them going.
We're gonna go to break, and we're gonna come back with Ray Burris. I want to let you know, check out BillyStaples.com. BillyStaples.com. Look for his book, Before the Glory, in Barnes & Noble. This one in Barnes & Noble. Or you could go to Amazon. And then you have the other one, Jerry. You want to show Billy Ball, 2009. Another great story about the road to the Phillies and the Yankees World Series. A memorable series for me. They're 27th. And I just want to let you know we're going to go to break. And we're going to come back with Ray Burris. Pitcher, 15 years in the major leagues. I'm telling you, he's a legend. 15 years 2 years in the major leagues. I'm telling you, just to get to the majors is tough. But this is the Wiseguyz Show with Jerry the Plumber, Anton the Source, Billy Staples, Frank Fleming, and Little Vic on the Wiseguyz Show on DDVRadio.com, DDV Radio on TuneIn, Village Connection Radio, Armed Forces Radio Network, and City World Radio. We'll be back after these messages. Yeah,
See, that's who I know you're talking about. You asked me if I've heard of Billy Staples. I know she's Billy Staples.
The opinions expressed by the host, callers, and guests are not those of DDVRadio.com, Envisage Productions LLC, its advertisers, sponsors, or
Billy
employees.
Sample said he would do the show, and she's like, yeah,
Bella
Billy
Physical
Sample will do the
Therapy,
show.
located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, featuring one-on-one care. Bella Physical Therapy can help treat your orthopedic and sports injuries, chronic pain, men's health conditions, and women's health conditions. Also, treating headaches and tinnitus and vestibular disorders. It's easy to set up an appointment. Visit www.bella-pt.com or call 201-791-0008. That's 201-791-0008. You owe it to yourself to stop living in pain. Start the road to recovery. Call Bella Physical Therapy today. Tri-State Health and Wellness. If you're searching for a doctor who truly cares about your health and well-being, contact Dr. Alex at Tri-State Health and Wellness. Dr. Alex specializes in treating law enforcement professionals and their families and features special hours to accommodate different work shifts. All necessary testing can be performed in their friendly and comfortable environment. Contact Tri-State Health and Wellness, located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey. Call 201-791-7771. That's 201-791-7771. Wayne Ford. If you are looking for a certified used or new vehicle, look no further. Visit Wayne Ford, New Jersey's law enforcement preferred dealer, featuring the largest inventory of pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Wayne Ford has been proudly serving the community for over 50 years. Conveniently located 1/4 mile from the Willowbrook Mall on Route 46 in Wayne, New Jersey, contact Wayne Ford today. Toll free 888-349-6857. That's 888-349-6857. Kale Orthopedic Center, featuring high-performance care for bodies in motion. Kale Orthopedic is proud to provide comprehensive orthopedic care for New Jersey's finest. Every day you put your body at risk, and Kale Orthopedic is here to help you. Contact Kale Orthopedic at 201-447-3880. That's 201-447-3880. Kale Orthopedic, high-performance care for bodies in motion. If you're tired of sleeping alone each night, contact Dr. Doblin of At Home Sleep Solutions. Dr. Doblin is New Jersey's law enforcement professionals' preferred sleep apnea doctor. With the use of a custom-fitted oral device, you can now look forward to a restful night's sleep. Contact Dr. Doblin, featuring 2 convenient locations in Fair Lawn and Trenton, New Jersey. Call 201-396-9338 create.
Our
Or
gums
visit
are rolling.
HomeSleepSolutions.com. City Health Pharmacy, located at 23 Court Street in Newark, New Jersey. Come and experience why thousands of your neighbors choose City Health Pharmacy each and every month. City Health Pharmacy is a proud supporter of the men and women of New Jersey law enforcement, their families, and friends. Visit City Health Pharmacy today at 23 Court Street in Newark, New Jersey, or call 862-772-0442. That's 862-772-0442. If you're looking for the widest variety of talk programs, entertaining, engaging, diverse, uncensored, and opinionated, visit ddvradio.com. You can listen on your smartphone, tablet, or any mobile device. DDV Radio brings you the widest variety of talk programs such as Living Life Well, Your World Uncensored, The Canine Authority, and The Wiseguyz Show. Visit www.ddvradio.com, the official radio network of NJ Blue Now.
He actually signed a trunk.
I'm just gonna.
All right. We're back here on the Wiseguyz Show here with what's your name, son?
Victor.
Victor. Now, what school you go to? Wait, I'll bring it down.
I go to Lincoln Elementary School.
And what's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport, it's gonna be a draw between basketball and football.
No, what about baseball?
But then second place.
All right.
At 9 years old, it's okay to have a
Okay.
trifecta.
Yeah, 9 years old. 9 years old. You know what I did when 9 years old? It was my first year in Little League. First year in Little League. I missed all the Pee Wee League, but I'll tell you, back then we used to learn ourselves and try to teach ourselves.
Ray Burson's going to say pitching coach helped him.
Wait, real quick, I'm sorry. I want to mention our security of the evening, Home Security Consultant LLC, HomeSecurityConsultant.com, HomeSecurityConsultantLLC.com. Sean Starry, he's a sponsor of the show. Please give him a call if you're worried about your home and you want to have more security around your home. I'm telling you, Sean Starry, he's an owner of a security company called Home Security Consultant LLC. What he does is he consults you and figures out the best way to secure your home. And I'm telling you, he's got all different gadgets. He's got smoke detectors with cameras. He's got cameras that are doing all. And listen, you can reach out to him. And he's in Freeport, Illinois. He will deliver all the stuff to you and have it delivered. Sean Starry at HomeSecurityConsultantLLC.com. Call him up at 815-238-3005. We did find out that Sean received a contact and got a little work from sponsoring our show, and somebody did call him and got their home secured. So if you want your home secured, give Sean Starry a call. Again, 815-238-3005 at Home Security Consultant LLC. And on the phone right now, we have our new friend of the show, thanks to Billy Staples. He is a legend in baseball. He did 15 years, and I'm telling you, 15 years in baseball, you're a legend in any business, you're a legend anywhere. We're going to try something, Billy, just so you know, we're going to go with no head. Is it good? All right. But I want to welcome our guest, our phone guest of the evening, Major League Baseball player, 15 years, Ray Burris in the house.
Hey, Mo.
What's up, Ray?
Not this again.
Oh no! Wait! We
We're
got
going to be getting Ray Bone very shortly.
How are you? How are you hearing that?
Not very well.
Oh, you there? You're there, Ray? Hello? I get
I
an
can on
answer machine.
speakerphone on the cell.
No. We'll go to headphones if we have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just trying to see what, this is a new experiment on the show. We're trying to avoid headphones. If we could get the phone caller to come clear through the speaker with all you guys talking and understanding him, we're good. We're eventually we'll get it right, you know, it's just something. We're going with the headphones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a
Why don't we
call
just go to
back.
headphones at the beginning?
Because this is something new we want to get right, and eventually we'll figure it out. It's better to do it this way, so if you can hear them through this,
Right.
I'm just listening and being like an editor more than anything.
I hear.
So, as we're, Jerry, what's up, Jerry?
What's happening? Listen, I should really call that home security person.
Why, you want
Did I
to?
tell you what happened to me the other night?
No,
Oh, tell us.
Somebody broke into my house while I was
Really?
sleeping, yeah.
What happened?
They were running around, they were searching for cash. So I woke up and I started searching with him.
And you didn't find nothing?
Nothing.
You really are a funny guy.
I cut.
And he threw you out.
He did, right.
The Arab's trying to make
You
fun
got
of
locked
you.
out of your own house?
No, he got, broke in.
All right.
Nuts.
Just got on the phone.
I'll work with everybody. Hold on. How do you hear? Everything good?
Everything's perfect.
Okay. Jared, you're good?
Yeah, I can hear.
Can you hear?
I guess. I can't. I have no headphones.
Oh, wait. I thought you had them on.
No. You got headphones?
No.
Give it to the guest first.
Yeah.
See if you can hear.
No, that's the only last phone. That's the last headphone. We got another one? We could get Jerry one too? Jerry's included? Oh, right. See, Jerry? You're not the only guy that's not
I know. I'm
included.
not giving a shit to the place.
Shimadoo.
Get him back on the line.
I got
Okay,
it.
we're gonna give it another try and we'll get this right eventually. It's gonna be great. It's better.
Eventually.
We did a phone interview with it before,
Okay.
and it worked out great. But I guess we gotta go. Are we on the phone with him? Why do I keep hearing his
Voice message system?
You might be waiting for
take
us.
Yeah, it's not going through. It's not even ringing.
My job to get him on.
He's on mute.
I'm shutting the speaker, right?
Yeah.
Did I hit the right speaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. As we wait for Ray Burris, Jerry had his house broken into, so Sean Starry, owner consultant at Home Security Consultant LLC. He'll protect your money. And walking into the studio right now is the owner of DDVRadio.com, Danny DeVal's in the house tonight.
No, I'm not here.
Is my deadline for the paper June 15th?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
You have, June 15th.
Okay. I'm working. I got everybody sending me stuff.
Good job on the first one, too.
Yeah, thanks.
Good job.
All right. Danny DeVal, everybody.
All right,
Got any announcements? Any events?
December 2nd, we have the Jingle Ball fight for all the cops.
All right. Jingle Ball Fight, December 2nd. Go to ddvradio.com. All right, check it out. There you go.
Jingle balls.
Jingle balls. We had the meatballs, and now we got jingle balls. And we got
Anton's balls.
Anton's balls.
Yeah.
Bigger than yours.
I wouldn't want to see your balls.
I'm not gonna show them to you.
This guy's talking.
There's kids.
I know. What's the matter with you?
God.
Actually,
I'm not the one who said it, you said it.
No, I said meatballs and jingle balls.
And you said Anton's things.
No, I said balls. Meatballs. You know how you don't make meatballs?
Just by the looks of you, they must look like a slinky.
Wait,
He's Arabic.
I don't have
What?
to.
Say something.
What do you want to say?
at least they're not all the same thing.
That's right. Are we trying him again, or are you contacting him? Frank Fleming.
We got somebody, no?
Yeah, we got Frank.
It's all right. Well, if we don't get him, we don't get him.
Guess what? Then I'm going to call another player immediately.
Who?
It doesn't matter. I'm going to go on my phone. I
Call
got
Jeter.
600 players.
Well,
You got
put
Jeter?
him on the last spot. Don't worry about it.
You got Jeter's number?
If
Don't you follow me?
No, don't do Jeter. We'll do him on another night.
No, do Jeter. Call him if you got him.
This is a special night.
Call him if you got him. Why not?
What's it going right to voicemail, Jacob?
Call Thurman Munson.
You can't. You're not.
That's
getting-
not. That's not funny. That's not
I
funny.
love
That's
Thurman
not funny.
You know,
That's
this
not
week,
funny.
No, I
That's
know.
not funny.
I did something for
That's not
Yankee
funny.
fans on Barstool this weekend.
What's that?
I'm doing blogs and vlogs partially with
Well, listen.
BarstoolSports.com.
Guys,
And this weekend I posted a history of the Yankee retired numbers. So you see, I do things for Yankee fans.
all right. Well, listen, Billy.
My brother would
we'll,
love
we'll,
you. He's
We'll,
big
we'll go
man.
with Frank, and we'll
Big.
try to get him at the
Got
9:30
tattoos
hour.
on
Is that
him.
okay? You want to try
That's
that?
fine.
We'll stick.
I'm going to call a Hall of Famer, though.
Who?
Oh,
I'm
Frank.
telling you. So like,
I got
Oh,
it.
this is
That'd be a
surprising.
surprise
Listen.
guess.
there's only 70 of them alive.
Yeah, wow.
But it's good to have friends.
All right, well, we'll go with Frank then, and we'll do the 9:30 hour. Is that okay?
Let's do that then, Frank.
Okay.
I'm gonna
We're having technical problems with Ray Burris, but Billy is the
They're not
baseball guy, and
technical
he's trying to get a Hall
problems.
of Famer. Okay, how about cool is that?
Nolan Ryan.
See, you never thought that would happen. You
Hey.
never know what's going to happen on this show.
Nolan Ryan, maybe.
Even I might sing.
Yeah, you might even sing. Look, you want to hear him sing? Well, listen to this.
Everything's coming up roses.
The facts of life. Listen, he's good at
I do Nell Carter too.
I got a question for Frank.
He doesn't even
Frank,
know who
I got a
that
question
is.
for you. Let's just say this is a hypothetical situation. The Mets are in the World Series, right?
They were a couple of years ago. All right, go ahead.
No,
I'm sorry.
one way ago.
Okay. Let's just say it's October. Now, first was in November. The Mets win the World Series. They're playing Los Angeles Angels, okay? And you're on a flight for Game 7. The series is tied. You're on a flight for Game 7, and you can't wait, Frank. You're going to Anaheim Stadium to see the Yankees and the Angels. You're on the
Mets and the Angels.
The Mets and the Yankees. The Mets and the Angels. You're going to the flight, and they say to you, "Excuse me, Mr. Fleming, you'll have to get up off your seat." You give up your seat. What do you do?
I'll be dragging. He'll be worse than the freaking United guy. I'll be grabbing the seat. I'll be grabbing all the people. I mean, we're talking about United here. I'm United. United Airlines will kick you off the plane. Yes, United Airlines. We got the great service.
It's the best.
I mean, look at this. I mean, it's like the Knicks. I love the Knicks last year. They took Charles Oakley. They took him out here like he was a United passenger. I mean, usually teams honor their stars. The Knicks next year can start tradition. He's Patrick Ewing, everyone. He's Patrick Ewing. And I got security. They take Patrick Ewing out of the game.
Why'd you do stand-up comedy? I thought you
should do
that.
it. Yeah, you should do it.
You're good?
Maybe what you said. I don't know.
Give me the thumbs up.
I got my vlog.
Bring him to an open mic. Once you get connected with Jerry, he does a lot of
I mean, what's
comedy
great
shows.
is I work in a courthouse, and we have this lawyer who takes it takes her like 2 hours to watch 60 minutes just because she never gets to the point. She'll just sit there going, "Judge, my client, he should be let out of jail because if you keep him in jail, his goldfish is going to die."
We have a special announcement. Billy Staples is going to make an announcement of our next caller.
I just got off the phone with Baseball Hall of Famers. Since the Cubs won the World Series, there's only 2 Cubs Hall of Famers. There's Billy Williams and there's Fergie Jenkins from the 60s.
That's Fergie Jenkins.
And then of course there's Ryan Sandberg from the 80s. So the great thing about having friends is I called out to Arizona, and Fergie and Ray Burris are friends. And I said, "Fergie, Ray Bone's not on his phone." He says, "Cue me up." So we are going to now, on the Freddie Show, the Wiseguyz Show,
Wow.
have Baseball Hall of Famer, 280 plus wins, Ferguson Jenkins.
Wow, great. Welcome to the Wiseguyz Show, Fergie.
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right, how are you? Wait, I'm good.
How's it going?
How you doing? Good. Welcome to the Wiseguyz Show. We were trying to get Ray Burris, and we had some technical phone problems, but we want to welcome you to fill in for him, if that's okay, Mr. Hall of Famer.
That's fine with me.
Fergie.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, this is like such an honor to have you on the show. I remember growing up watching you pitch, and I mean, I was more of an American League guy, but we have a Met fan in the house. I mean, you want any questions for first? You want to look him up?
Fergie, when you were the first Canadian elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, was that really a proud moment for the whole country of Canada for you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, I got elected in '91, and when they announced it, that I was the only Canadian, I was really surprised. You know, and now I can't get anybody to join me. Can't get the vote.
Ferg, when you were putting together that Hall of Fame speech, there's a lot of pressure that you know you're going to be on nationwide television, you're going to be on ESPN radio, and of course you're in front of literally tens of thousands of fans. When you were writing the Hall of Fame speech, what in the world, besides thanking your family and Gene, what were you trying to do?
Well, the biggest thing is that, you know, I wanted to thank so many organizations like the sport, Phillies, Texas, Boston, to give me an opportunity to play with them. But the original organization was the Phillies. I signed right out of high school then. There wasn't any draft system back then in the 60s. So I'm very fortunate that Coach came over to Canada to look at me and for those first couple of seasons, I was 17, 18, and then I signed with him.
When you were in front of the mic, you know, you're doing a radio show now with Freddie and the Wiseguyz crew. When you were in front of the mic, you've spoken to groups and you're great at banquets. So, how was it? How was your gut? How was your nervous system up there on the stage in Cooperstown?
Well, I wasn't nervous. It felt like opening day because it's like in a large crowd with 40,000-50,000 people, either in St. Louis or New York or Chicago.
You really didn't.
So we had a lot of adrenaline going, and I knew what I wanted to say. And they want you to speak to be, less than 15 minutes. So I knew I could talk for that amount of time, get it over with, and then sit back down with Gaylord and watch the room. So it didn't take that long to do it.
Now, Mr. Jenkins, Ferguson, what do you prefer? Fergie. Listen, are you the only Major League Baseball Hall of Famer that played for the Harlem Globetrotters?
No, there's actually been 4.
Really?
Satchel Paige,
wow.
But he didn't play. Bob Gibson played, and Lou Brock in 1968, he ran lines, for a warm-up and then sat on the bench. So I played 3 seasons with him, for 7, 8, and 9. And I almost 180, 185 ball games. So it was a lot of fun touring with him. With Meadowlark, Curly Neal.
Wow.
So many of you guys.
We just saw the Harlem Globetrotters. We just saw them, and when I was looking you up real quick, I saw that you played for the Harlem Globetrotters, and I would have never in a million years thought any other, especially Hall of Famer for baseball, ever actually played for the Harlem Globetrotters.
Well, it was early in my career, and I think it was the first year I won 20 games. Lou D'Annunzio was the marketing individual with the ball club, and they had an office on Michigan Avenue. So I had a chance to meet some of the guys, and my role basically in the third quarter was to be the pitcher and give up the whole nutty back to Meadowlark Center. And I understand, I could do that, no problem. So later on, they extended it. I played the whole third quarter, and I was in the out-of-bounds skit with the referee, figure 8, and around the world. Those are some of the skits I was doing.
Let me tell you, your career is unbelievable. I mean, just to win a Cy Young Award, you had the most wins in the National League. You got to go with the National League 2 times. You were the National League strikeout leader in '69, and you were you played on the Red Sox, the Texas Rangers, the Chicago Cubs. You started with the Phillies, but you came back to the Cubs. Did you like playing for the Cubs? Because they were having problems winning the World Series at the time. I'm sorry.
We got close twice, 69 and 70. But I had a great manager, Leo DeRosa. He got the best out of the players. So that's kind of what I enjoyed, playing for somebody that was strong-willed. He didn't really feel me that much. He got a lot of players, so he lets you know he was the manager. But and I had Billy Martin a couple years in Texas. Playing for strong managers always gave me that opportunity to go out there and do the job I thought I was capable of doing, and I tried to win as many ball games as possible.
Ferg, when we were talking last week, we were chatting about that Greg Maddux, more than 3,000 strikeouts, but less than 1,000 walks. There's in 150 years of baseball, there's 3 of these. If you're talking to young kids, and the 4 are
Schilling, Pedro, and Maddux and myself. I was the first, Maddux was second, and I think Pedro and then Schilling 3 and 4.
For the coaches that are listening to this show, besides the fans, for the kids that are listening to this show, how on God's green earth do you try to explain location of being able to do that? You're one of 4 men in the history of the game to strike out over 3,000 and not walk 1,000 guys. Yeah.
The biggest thing that you have to concentrate on is control. You just can't rear back and throw the ball. You got to have an idea of what you're trying to do when you're out there on the mound. And the catcher and myself, I had Randy Huntley in Chicago and Kenny Rudolph. And I went to Boston. I had Carl Smith and Tim Sundberg in Texas for 6 years. Matt Corrales and played down with the Phillies. On my short stint there with them. But, we had a game plan that we tried to do. Pitches inside, outside, up and down, but the control is the most important thing, and changing speed, which really, I worked at that. I mean, the guys nowadays, I'm not sure if that's something that they try to do as much they should, because walks are always something that hurts you in a ball game. Bad control, falls behind in the hitter, being in the hitter's count. I think you gotta bring the ball into him, and he gets the benefit, he gets a lot of times to hit. So, you have to be, you have to have your wits about yourself. You gotta know what you're doing when you're out there. It's just not play catch. You gotta have a game plan.
Well, consistency obviously makes you be one of those four guys. And as Freddie gets ready to ask the next question, I got one last one. We brought up the name Roberto Clemente, and we sat there in your room just chatting. You gave up some key Clemente hits, but I asked you, how did you pitch to him? This is a guy that got 3,000 hits. Can you relive some of that we were chatting about last week about Roberto and what happened with you versus him?
Well, the one distinction that I have, and it's something that people bring up sometimes, the last home run that Roberto hit, he hit off me in August of '72. And then, I think it's 3,000 hit, he got off John Madden. Roberto was a bad ball hitter, and you didn't have to throw a lot of strikes that make him swing the bat. He was really aggressive when he was up the plate. I faced him first in the Winter League in Puerto Rico. I was playing for Wiseguyz, and he was playing for San Juan. And he kind of let me know that there's pitches he could hit. So if you wanted to bounce a slider, you might swing at it, maybe once. Ball up in the strike zone, maybe once or twice. But he just lets you know that he's going to throw strikes. He doesn't a lot of times intimidate you to throw strikes. Because he can throw the ball 54 or 5 inches outside, and he had a long back. He used to challenge everybody. Let's go up there and get that. He used a U1, 38 ounces.
38 ounces?
38 inches. 38, 38. Wow. 38, 36. He can reach that ball in the outside corner. So if you want sharp enough to get it out there far enough, he was going to hit line drive to half second base or the right field.
Now,
he's a real heavy bat. Really heavy as fast as Dick Allen used a heavy bat, about 38, 40 ounces. Jim Gentile, he's a heavy bat.
Sure.
There's a few guys in the big leagues that would like to swing a heavy bat, and that's something they like to swing.
You know the site? I was
throwing a heavy bat too.
Fergie, you want me to tell you something? When I was in Little League, 10 years old, I picked up a 44-ounce Reggie Jackson bat and used it in the game as a Little League, as a kid. I got a hit with it. I was a big kid. No, but no,
That's a heavy bat.
I was a big kid. It wasn't that heavy. No, it was heavy. I'm not. Somebody had it in their closet. I'm like, yeah, I like big hit balls farther. But who's the hitter you didn't never like to face?
Well, Clemente was tough from time to time. Probably Wiseguyz.
Yeah.
Also Willie McCovey. Some of these guys that you had to give respect to, they were home run hitters. Sometimes you might have to pitch around them. A guy like Pete Rose is going to get his hit. Mark Carew, Al Taylor, Bill Booth. There's a few guys you can't stop.
Hey,
They're just good hitters.
Ferg, you brought up Stargell, McCovey, Clemente, obviously Hall of Famers. You have a great Willie McCovey story. Would you share that with the listeners? I love this story, Ferg.
I'll cut it down short.
All right.
Okay. 1967, he's tearing the cover off the ball. There's only 3 teams in Arizona: Giants, Cubs, and Oakland. We faced the Giants in Candlestick Park. He hit the home run off me for right field. It's still going. Okay. We gotta face again in Chicago. He gets a key hit. I lose. We go back out there because we gotta face the Western Division teams 3 times. We have 18 games to play against them. We're at the Jack Star Hotel. Ernie Banks is my roommate. The phone rings as soon as we got in the room. And the concierge comes downstairs and says, "Your car is here." And I talking to Ernie, I said, "Ernie, where's the car?" He said, "No, find out what it's all about." So the concierge said, "Who ordered the car?" He said, "Mr. McCovey wants to make sure Jenkins gets to the ballpark on time."
You were in a limo. I love it.
So, you know, it was a Cadillac. It was like a 1967 Cadillac, so let's go pile into it. And the chauffeur, and we went to the ballpark, you know?
That's spectacular, Bert.
Now, listen, I want to ask you though. You had a 3.34 career ERA. That's like enough said right there. I mean, pitchers do that 1 year, they're good. You know, I mean, and what I'm getting at is, I know you loved you had to love all the teams you played on, all good guys. I'm sure you were all buddies, but you played on the Cubs, the Rangers, the Red Sox, the Rangers again, and then the Cubs, and also the Phillies. But it was a short 1 year with the Phillies. That was your first team. But a lot of those teams weren't big winners back then, so that probably made a big dent in your career. I mean, you are a Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. I mean, it just. But what do you think if you had played with winning teams like teams that were the Dodgers at the time or the Reds? I mean, what do you think? How much different you think your career stats would look?
Well, I would possibly won some more ball games. I'm not sure. You know, some of the 20-game seasons I had.
You would have easily went over 300.
But well behind. Yeah, I possibly could have won 300 games. Yeah, that could have happened.
Possibly? Come on. If you pitched for the Dodgers and the Reds back in the 70s, you probably would have had 30 wins.
Well, they say if he didn't get traded by the Red Sox, they would have won in '78.
You know, it really depends on offense and defense, and the guys really played hard for me when I was on the mound. So I credit a lot of times the guys that play behind you play as hard as you pitch. So I got to pitch hard when I'm out there. The reason why I love ball games.
For the fans that are listening, they're probably either Mets fans or Yankees fans, Fergie, because we're right here with New York City. The difference between pitching in Shea as a pitcher and the ballpark, and the difference of obviously the new Yankee Stadium '76, the new Yankee Stadium. You pitched in both.
Well, Shea Stadium was a big yard. You know, it was 410 to center field, and then the power alleys was 390. Now the ballpark's a lot smaller. Even when the old Shea, they brought the fences in. The new ballpark is, what is it, City Field?
Yeah, City Field.
I think it's probably 375 in the power hours now. So it's a lot shorter, maybe 350 down the line. So, and the ball, you know, I think it's fired up. The ball jumps now. A lot of teams are getting players, they're hitting a lot of home runs. So you're into the second month of the season, the hitters have caught up to the pitchers. So that's a good sign that home run total is going to go up.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoy pitching. You know, Chevette Dodger Stadium, the ball didn't carry during the day, but at night it carried. So you had to be real careful. Candlestick Park, the ball jumped, Crosby Field, Mac Stadium. The little ballpark, it didn't hold a long drive very well because the ball jumped out of the ballpark.
Now, do you see?
Yeah, played there and played Wrigley.
Do you see it?
It's a nightmare.
Do you see a difference in the attitudes of the players today than of those of the 70s and the 80s, or the early 70s and 80s? I see what I told Billy Sample. Billy was on the show in the studio a few weeks ago, and I asked him the question: did he see an attitude change over the years? And when the attitude I mean is when guys played back in the 70s, you seen anger in them where they hated the teams that they were playing. Nowadays, it's just talent against talent. Is that right, or am I just losing it?
Well, we got fined if you fraternized before a game. Like guys run the center field, shake hands, 50 each other. That's never happened. So the umpires would come early in the game, and you would get fined for fraternizing, even around the batting cage. If the opposing team was hitting, because generally when you went into a city, the visiting team always hit first, home team hit last. So guys would come out and sometimes would fraternize, and the umpires would see that, and they send pictures off to get fined. I just think that every game's changed. Football, basketball, baseball. The only thing you see now is there's so many bad companies. I bet there's 10, 15 bad companies. We only had 2, Adirondack and Silver to Brad out of Louisville, Kentucky. So I'm not sure. You know, because and the equipment changed too. There was like 3 gloves: Spalding, Rawlings, and Wilson.
Yeah.
Now there's so many different. They got Under Armour makes the glove now. There's so many different. Nike makes the glove.
Yeah. They're
So many different pieces of equipment that have changed the game. Now, in all the uniforms, they used to be made by Wilson and Rawlings. Now, I think Under Armour next year's got a contract to make uniforms.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And they're all really light fabric. And so many teams have different colors now. We have 2 uniforms. We had a home uniform and
and away uniform, right?
white with blue stripes, gray.
I'm glad I'm old enough
Blue top, you know, they
that
have a white top.
I remember.
It's all changed.
Those Arizona Diamondback uniforms they wore today against the Mets, those were so eyesores.
Yeah. They work though. They work.
Well, and it's so easy to beat the Mets right now.
We used to have a purple uniform at one time.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I remember that one too.
Wilson started all that. Charlie Finley started all that.
How about those Red Sox uniforms back in the day? Those blue and red ones. Oh, they were nice, huh? The White Sox, right? They were white.
Uniform. They had a nice white uniform with a blue and white stripe.
How about the White Sox when they wore the short pants?
Oh, bad fashion statement there.
You know,
But the reason why I brought that question up though about the attitude changes, I see a lot of pitchers nowadays throwing in the high 90s. You know, when we were brought up, you know, you just heard you heard names like Nolan Ryan and you know guys but what I'm seeing today is pitchers being groomed to reach that 100-mile-an-hour, and I'm sure the guys back then did the same, but they just weren't brought up as much.
They didn't have a machine that changed.
Right. But what I'm saying is,
Speed.
if I
No one ran too hard. Yeah.
no, I'm saying, but if I threw 100 miles an hour today, I mean, I see pitchers, you know, I don't see a lot of attitude and command where they're commanding the box. Where a batter would take a lot of the box, brushing them off the plate like Pedro Martinez would do. He's like more of an old style school pitcher. I mean, you don't see that as much today. I mean, but I'm saying if I pitched today at 100 miles an hour, guys would be afraid to get up against me because I'm not going to let them just take that box. And now, why don't pitchers do that today?
Sure.
let me connect it with this because there's Mets fans. For
people back.
when we were
A compliment. It's basically a compliment to somebody to at you because that's a lot of respect.
Right. Oh.
But we didn't head hunt. I mean, there's too many young guys getting hit in the face with the helmet. It was just, that's not the way you pitch.
When
We're taught to pitch down over the plate, but if you got to come up and in, it's either a purpose pitch. You know, hit somebody's elbow off or hit him in the back. But when you head hunt, you can hurt somebody's career. You could end his career.
Fergie, 2 years ago, we were in Chicago. You were throwing out the first ball in the playoffs, and it happened to be the night that the New York Mets clinched it and went to the World Series. One of my best memories was before the game started, you said with Murphy hitting all these home runs, how you were hoping they would pitch to him or how you would pitch to him. You know, how you would pitch to Murph. Would you give the audience?
I'm hitting the home run off your back.
You
attitude. I mean, I'm coming hard inside. Let them know you're out there. You don't have to hit them, but I mean, you throw right your elbow. Don't get out of the way. But the biggest thing is kind of let them know you're out there.
It's a lost start.
Let them know you're out there.
It's a lost start.
It's been 30 years since you played the game, but when Murphy went deep in Chicago, one of my pleasurable sights was the level of frustration on your face because the game's being played differently.
Oh yeah, I mean, guys, you know, for some crazy reason, left-hand hitters, their groove swing is down. Like you don't have to pitch down to get them out. You can pitch up or up and in, or up and away or down and away. But the more times you come inside, that's like a groove for them. They golf the ball. You see a lot of left-handers, they want that ball down over the plate. They just drop their head on it. And they hit the ball pretty hard. So you have to be very careful.
Most guys, when they're doing radio, they're promoting a book, they're promoting something. Ferg, when you're doing all this radio and television, because you're all over the place, When the radio broadcasters or the television announcers ask what you're doing or what you're promoting, you got so much going on. Would you share a couple things with the crowd?
Well, I have a foundation I've had for over 20 years. It's based in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. And we support a lot of different charities. We started first with the Red Cross. We do cancer research, breast cancer, juvenile diabetes, boys and girls camps, big brothers, big sisters. You name the charity, I've supported, and Special Olympics too. We donate a lot of money to Special Olympics. What I try to do is I could find a home, St. Pat or a jersey, and they auction it off in their charity, and they try to raise money in that respect. But, I enjoy doing those things. To me, I like to see people smile, and the way they smile is to make money.
We're actually working on getting on a radio network in Canada. It's in my messages right now, so I don't have the name of the network. But if we do, I'd like to bring Billy back in and do another interview with you because you're a Canadian ball player. And were you the first? You're not the first Canadian into the Hall of Fame, are you?
Yes, the only one.
Wow. No, we got to get it. Come on, that's amazing. I would never. You grew up in Canada. You were born in Canada. Everything.
Until he left.
Played in the Major League Canadian. Right now, I'm the only one.
Until you left home to go into the Phillies minor league system as a teenager, Canada was it. Am I correct, Ferg?
Right. I'm good.
Did you play hockey in Canada?
Oh yeah. I was a hockey player first. That's all I got noticed.
Wow.
Before, one of the area scouts came to watch you play hockey in the wintertime. After the hockey game, he asked me, "What are you doing in summer?" I said, "I'm a first baseman." I played baseball. I didn't start to pitch until I was 16.
Wow.
The hockey.
2 years later, I signed a contract with the Phillies.
The hockey story, the going back and forth between a mother and a son. All mothers basically, and everybody in this studio, the mothers love the son. It's a classic Fergie story. The mother-son conversation as you were a teenager and you were playing hockey. Would you share that story with the group?
Well, I was a defenseman, and I started playing defense at the age of 14, 15, and I used to get roughed up a little bit, but I used to dish out, plenty of this or whatever, and I used to get my share of penalties. Coming home after ball, I was 15 years old, and my mom suffered with glaucoma. It was quite kind of weak. Sitting down in the living room, Dad came in and said, "Oh, your son did it again. He got into another fight." And I think the hospital got a couple stitches over his eyebrow. And my mom put her hand on my face and said, "Son, I think you're in the wrong sport." She said, "There's only 2 black things on the ice, you and the front."
That's a good one.
That is good.
Fergie, we got a special guest to ask you a question here. Tell him your name and ask him the question.
My name is Victor, and I wanted to ask you one question. There's so many different types of baseball pitches. What would you say is your signature?
Well, I didn't hear him. I could hear him a little bit.
Speak. Wait, go ahead. Say it a little louder. It's okay. Say it loud.
I said, I'm Victor, and I have one question for you. There's so many different types of baseball pitches. What would you say is your signature?
How many different types of baseball?
All right. He asked you. There's so many different types of pitches. What was your signature pitch?
Well, when I first came to the big leagues, I was a fastball pitcher. I developed a slider when I played winter ball, 64, 65. I had a good off-speed later on in my career. Developed a piece of curveball in the mid-60s also. But I had 4 pitches: fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup.
There you go. All right.
That's pretty interesting.
Well, Fergie, I want to thank you for calling in and taking helping out the spot for Ray Burris. We'll try to reschedule Burris on another show, but there ain't nobody better to have had call in other than you, a Hall of Famer. It was such an honor to have you on the show, and hopefully we can do some stuff in the future. If you're in the area, Billy, we'll have some foods brought in. We'll come bring in the studio, have some baseball players. We'll do another baseball night.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good man.
Thank you so much, Fergie. I really do appreciate your time.
Is there any Facebook? Is there any web pages you want to promote before you go?
Well, I'm on Facebook. I'm not sure of the call sign, but I'm on Facebook. You probably find it out. Wiseguyz.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Fergie, and it was an honor speaking to you again. And you're always a family of the Wiseguyz Show now. Whenever you want to promote anything, a benefit, a charity, please let us know and let Billy know, and we'll promote it as best we can for you.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. All in favor. How about that, Jared?
Excellent.
How about that,
I was going to
Jared?
tell them why they didn't have any hockey team in Poland. You don't know why? No. They all died during spring training.
All right.
They drowned.
Well, that was a nice surprise.
I mean, that was a stupid joke.
That was
I
a good
can't
one.
tell dirty much.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one because the ice was melting. That's why.
Freddie,
It was horrible.
I'm glad.
You're not going, are you?
No.
All right,
whatever
finish
you
the
want.
show with us.
All right, sure.
We only have 20 minutes. I wanted to give Frank a little bit of. Let's talk a little bit more about Frank. He came all the way. It took a long ride to get here, didn't you?
Belleville's not that far.
We're in Belleville too.
I
that's
like
why
when you
I'm
ask him questions because he flips out on you.
Yeah, no, we want to give Frank a little time slot now to tell us about what's going on with Frank, what we got to look forward to in the future with Frank, and what he thinks about the future of the Mets.
Well, one thing I do is, besides being a corporate, I'm also since 2001, I've operated the sportsencyclopedia.com. It's a sports history website. I have a front page I update every day. I put in story today. I put 3 stars. I put birthdays on there. I put on this date in sports. Like the other day was the anniversary of the Islanders being the first the American team to win 3 straight Stanley Cups. I do the front page, the stars of the day, and then I have in each sport, baseball, hockey, football, basketball, I have team-by-team history of every team in these leagues, and it's the NFL, the NBA, NHL, NBA, and I also have like the ABA. I have the history of every ABA team, the history of every WHA team, which was a rival league to the NHL, and the Edmonton Oilers are still alive. They were like the ABA. 4 teams joined the NHL from the WHA. Wayne Gretzky played for a team called the Indianapolis Racers. I have the Indianapolis Racers page on my site, and I have team-by-team galleries, so you get to see these pictures, these uniforms. I did the USFL history this year. I did the Forgotten NFL. Did you know at one time there was an NFL team that played in Newark and Orange? They were one year they played as the Orange Tornadoes, the next year they played as the Newark Tornadoes. They played at School Stadium.
Yes, I
on
do know
Bloomfield
that. Yes,
Avenue.
That's true. That's a true story. Yes.
And they weren't very good. They played only 2 seasons. But there's Forgotten NFL. Staten Island. Staten Island had a team. The Staten Island Stapletons.
So they actually had was that the NFL at the time?
The NFL. It was before the NFL blew up. It was like in the 20s. The NFL was almost like a ragtag league. You had teams coming in and coming out all the time.
But professional football wasn't really
right. It
what
was
it is
just
today. It was
yeah.
just like,
Well, it was just. It was.
maybe you could have started a football team.
Right. Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't until 1933 that the NFL really started settling down. You had the Portsmouth Spartans. You had the Pottsville Maroons got screwed out of the NFL championship. What happened was they had the most wins. They won the most games, and they were going to play an exhibition game against Notre Dame. So what happened was the Chicago Cardinals quickly scheduled 2 games against 2 other NFL teams. You could make your own schedules back then. So what happened was they played NFL teams. The rest of their players already went home. They went to go to their regular jobs because football was a part-time gig. You couldn't make a living being a professional football player. So basically these teams just took amateurs, and the Chicago Cardinals rolled over them, won the 1925 championship. The Pottsville Maroons had a conniption fit. The league basically kicked them out of the league, and they really got screwed. And like, the Chicago Cardinals won the championship, they declared this championship, but you have Pottsville, Pennsylvania, still like has like this grudge they've carried for 90 years, saying that, hey, that's our championship. We won. The Pottsville Maroons should have been a champion.
Wow.
You had a team called the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets. It was pretty good. It was a solid team. Their stadium burnt down. And then
Their stadium burnt
their
down.
stadium burnt down. They went out of business. They played in Frankfurt, a section of Philadelphia. And that opened the way for the Eagles to come in. And the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets were a very successful
this
team.
is-
They won a couple of NFL
This is like a history story like I never heard before.
Really?
But this what I'm saying is,
Write a
you know,
book.
all this stuff that you know. I mean, I'm noticing things online now. What people are doing is they're doing photo montages, but they're doing them like in order. And what you should do is you should do like documentaries of this stuff.
You should.
I mean, no, but you stick on one story. You can't go through the whole story like you're like a maniac, like you. No, but what I'm saying is like the Maroons. Like say, for instance, you know the history of the Maroons. You want to talk about it. Take all the pictures you can of the Maroons and put them one after another after another. And as you're talking about it, let the video play. Record your voice over it, and then boom, it's done.
Well, I'm not that technology savvy yet, but I do have a photo gallery of the Pottsville Maroons and the Pottsville Maroon history page where you can read the history and then click on a picture and then you'll find the pictures.
Do you have any photos of the North Football League?
It was very hard finding pictures. It was mainly just like one or two players,
Oh, really? Okay.
but it was very hard finding pictures.
Is there any film of them at all?
Probably not.
Okay.
This is like 1929, 1930.
Were they on the radio when they played?
I doubt it.
Okay, no, I'm just curious because I mean.
Yeah, it was. I doubt it. 1929, 1930. The NFL was really a junk league at the time. It was really not thought of as much. And I have baseball. I did last year. I did all the National League teams for the 19th century, and I'm going to try to do the American Association sometime soon.
You know why you know all this stuff, right? Because you're a Met fan.
Of
You
course.
go home now and you go read all about this stuff. I'm
But-
still watching the Yankees, trying to hope that they.
But I have
first place.
I have an extensive Yankee history page too.
Okay.
I have Yankee photo galleries. I have it for all the current teams, the Mets, photo gallery, NHL, NBA, and then of course now I'm doing work at Barstool Sports. I'm doing blogs on the
How
weekend.
about handicapping? You doing any of that?
I do predictions on my site. I do
Do you?
predictions on my site.
Really?
I do
We'll get rid
weekly.
of him because he was supposed to do that. He don't
I
do
do
nothing.
every week. I've picked every NFL game since 2001 on my website.
Right.
So come down, and then I do round by round in the playoffs, round by round in the NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball playoffs. I do it. I do the preseason predictions.
Can I ask you a serious question?
Series, of course, that's
I
wrong.
I know I'm busting your chops about the Mets, but can I ask you a serious question? Did you predict the Mets to go to the World Series at the
I
beginning
picked
of the
them to
year?
win the World Series. Yes, I did, and it's wrong.
It's not. Listen, I baseball's a long season. I know they're in a lot of trouble right now, but you can't.
I don't wanna
if
hear
they
it's
could
only
get
May.
if they could get everybody back.
They can't get
they'll,
everyone back.
They'll go on a good.
They got
winning
the
tear.
most
They got a good
incompetent
team.
trainer in the history of sports, Ray Ramirez. I mean, I don't understand their
You think it's
thought
the trainer?
process.
You think it's the trainer?
I don't understand the thought process. It's like the race system. Rest a couple of days, attempt to play, boom, year-long injury. That came from a friend of mine named Clem on Barstool Sports, who I'm working with.
Yeah, I heard that name.
Yeah, I have to give him credit, but it's brilliant. And it's like he's the guy from the Simpsons, Dr. Nick. If you're dying, call a doctor quick. But if you're just a little sick, say some cash, call Dr. Nick. Yes, that's right. The official trainer of the New York Mets, Dr. Nick. He might kill you, but if he kills you, your medical care is free. And it's like Jonas Cespedes. He hurts his hamstring. He misses an entire series. He goes out there. He's in batting practice. He's having trouble standing up. They say, "Oh, he's okay to go." And of course, he blows out his hamstring. It's like, oh my God!
Does that sound, Billy? Does that sound familiar though? Remember the Yankees had that problem back when they had
Henderson.
But no. I'm going even after. You know, just I'm going to go within the last 10 years. Remember they had to fire their trainer because too many guys were getting hurt.
Yeah, when they're
Does
getting
that sound
paid millions
familiar?
of dollars and you keep getting hurt, then you gotta go.
Well, the
to
last two
somebody.
seasons, the Mets have had like 50 injuries. Every player's been hurt at least once.
You want to laugh? I'm telling you, you think I'm nuts? But do you know, I told you all the games. I used to play 100. I would say on an average, I would play anywhere between 120 to 150 softball games a year. Okay, and that's traveling everywhere. Every time I stretched, I got hurt. Every time I didn't stretch, I was completely fine. I don't understand it, but that's the truth. And I stopped later in my career, like when we finally got into the world tournaments and stuff. And I stopped. I never stretched anymore before a game. I used to stretch every game, and I used to always get hurt.
You know what's funny is last week Joey's Familia.
This is like a sob story.
Familia's pitching, and he struggled all year for the Mets since coming back from the domestic violence situation, and of course,
Chapman had a domestic violence.
So he had 3 games in a row he pitched against the Giants. And the Giants said, you know, he doesn't look right. There's something wrong. And then he goes to the Giant trainer and says, yeah, I'm feeling a little numbness. But the Met trainer said it's fine. I should just work through it. And of course, boom, blood clot. It's like the Mets are just like, I didn't notice that.
This is what you get when you love the team so much and it just breaks down.
It's like, you ever remember the movie?
This was me last year.
Remember Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom?
Yes.
Kali Ma, that scene. Kali Ma! Kali Ma! Kali Ma! That's what the Mets do to their fans. They rip out their heart and they laugh at you.
Well, we got 1986. You were happy then, weren't you?
Yeah, but it's been a long, long, long time.
Where you going?
I was a little bit older than him in '86.
Well, how did you handle 2000? You lost to the Yankees. How did you handle that without having a nervous breakdown?
That wasn't the worst.
I don't normally like to pray for a victory, but I had to pray that year.
The worst was 2007. It was like walking around in a haze that whole entire September. It's like every song on the radio is sliding away now.
In 2007, Jimmy Rollins in March predicted exactly what was going to happen.
Who?
Jimmy Rollins, the shortstop
right,
of the Phillies,
right.
said that this was going to happen.
And then I remember Willie Randolph. Well, we're struggling now, but the struggles are just going to make the champagne taste sweeter. No, Willie, you don't say that. This team was too arrogant as it is. You don't say that the champagne will taste sweeter.
Now you know why I'm not a Met fan. I mean, this could never have happened to me when I was a kid. We were like, we had to win. We had to win.
I put it this way: the Mets could go into a time machine. They could kidnap Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, Sandy Koufax, Ted Williams, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays. You know what will happen? They'll all get injured and they'll lose 100 games.
Oh man. Well, Frank, we want to thank you too for coming in tonight. Is there any websites you want to promote? Twitter?
Didn't you give them all?
Say it again. Say it again.
SportsEncyclopedia.com. I got the card right here.
SportsEncyclopedia.com.
Yeah, I have a couple of cards.
Oh, you got it. She'll do
in the back of it.
I'll take one, Frank.
Here you go.
You never thought you'd get this today, right? Look him up on Facebook. I'm telling you, I'm not Facebook, on YouTube. Actually, Google Frank Fleming and see all the videos. A-Rod was interviewing him. I mean, he's all over the place.
BarstoolSports.com I'm working with now. I'm doing some work with BarstoolSports.com.
I think you're the Howard Stern of sports. That's what I think.
Well, he hasn't cursed yet.
I feel bad because of the wise guys. We're usually more into movies and comedians and nutcases, but this was
That's a question for Frank.
This was our first all baseball special.
I got a question for Frank. What's your favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie? Slapshot.
Yes.
Slapshot. Okay.
Yes.
It's going back.
It's the most quotable movie. It's like, who owned the chief? Who owned it? It's like some of the greatest things. Like the scene there where the Hampton Birds go out there and beat everyone up.
Well, that's the funniest for me. But my best is the Pride of the Yankees. It's unbelievable. The Lou Gehrig story.
Cooper.
Yes, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's a pleasure playing for the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Remember Ralph Kiner always used to call Gary Carter Gary Cooper?
Well, we're
favorite baseball movie, Frank?
Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Field of Dreams. Okay.
Up there.
You didn't care for Major League 1 or 2?
No, there's a few. The Rookie was good for me.
I like Major League.
I like the Rookie.
They're all right, but I like Field of Dreams better.
Yeah, there's a lot of good baseball movies out there.
Anybody that grew up in the 70s and 80s, when you're watching an old movie, it's going to be Pride of the Yankees because you watched it 100 times.
Yeah.
Lou.
Babe Ruth is in it. It's just it's a great story.
Which Babe Ruth did you like better, William Bendix or John Goodman?
Oh, they were both awful.
There you go. But we did meet the one from Sandlot. He's coming on the show. I forget his name. Who was the one that played Babe Ruth in Sandlot? You remember?
I see the actor's face.
Yeah,
in my
we
head.
met him personally.
Art Black or Art?
He gave us his email. He wrote his email down first. We're going to try to get him on. He said he'd do the show. He said he'd come in if he's in the area.
I think we should give a shout out to her because she's relentless.
We want to do a special shout out to Annette, the talent coordinator, for doing such an amazing job, not only tonight in the studio for all the shows, but for the meatball contest yesterday, right? Pete the Chicken Man, look, he's still here. I can't believe it.
When you've done 100 or 100, when you're the guest and you're on 100 shows, you know, your true opinion is who's the one that contacts you, communicates with you, and how they do it. That lady, right, is in the top 10%.
Yeah, she's definitely unbelievable. But she's got a good one. She has a lot of fun. You know, she has all the big stars calling her. She was on the phone today with Eddie Deezer from Greece. She had Richard Grieco calling her from 21 Jump Street. She gets them all. I mean, it's unbelievable. She's got more celebrities. She talks to more celebrities than Entertainment Tonight. But no, we're wrapping it up. We got a minute left, and I want to thank again Billy Staples. Billy Staples. I want to thank Frank Fleming. The viral conspiracy Met fan. We hope the Mets do a little better. I hope they lose every game from here on. I mean,
They probably will. Right now, they probably will.
I just want them to go 10 games under 500. Then they can do whatever.
Well, that's going to happen this weekend when they get swept by the Angels.
We're gonna have to do with you there.
And we want to thank you for coming in, Mr. Vic. Victor, we want to thank Victor for coming in. Thank you. Did you have a good time tonight?
Yeah,
Eat
this
some
is
pizza?
amazing.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
it's a lot
don't
of
think
fun.
all the radio shows are like this, buddy.
No,
This
it's all
is-
boring.
This is like a joke room.
Yeah.
Well, we want to thank everybody. We want to especially thank Ferguson Jenkins for Hall of Famer, pitcher Hall of Famer, for stepping up to the plate and doing Ray Burris as a part of the show. We'll work on getting Ray Burris back on. Hope everything was all right. We want to thank everybody. We want to thank the engineer tonight for doing such a wonderful job, Jacob. Congratulations, Jacob. And Pete the Chicken Man, Jerry the Plumber, Anton the Source. I'm Freddie the Fireman. This is the Wiseguyz Show. Baseball specials, closing it down. This is the Wiseguyz Show. We'll be on tomorrow night on City World Radio, Saturday night replay at DDV Radio. We're random on Armed Forces Radio Network. We're on DDVRadio.com, DDV Radio on TuneIn, and Village Connection Radio on Monday. Check us out live every Wednesday night here in DDV Radio on YouTube Live, Facebook Live. Everybody, we'll see you next week. Thanks for coming in. Buonanotte. Billy the Gooch.
The opinions expressed by the hosts, callers, and guests are not those of DDVRadio.com, Envisage Productions LLC, its advertisers, sponsors, or employees. Bella Physical Therapy, located in Fair Lawn, New Jersey, featuring Bella Physical Therapy can help treat your orthopedic and sports injuries.
Net does. Yeah. Oh, I gotta check in my card.
Did Mo say where he's living? Is he back in Jersey?